next month. So, siya na lang yung nag-represent
Ayun, gumana.
Philippines.
Gumana din. Gumana na yung multi-stream. Wait lang, check ko lang yung Twitch kung gumana na talaga. Hindi ako sure eh. Please. Please.
Ni-represent ni Reynald yung Philippines.
Ayun, gumana nga.
Na hindi
Gumana.
alam ng Philippines.
Ay, gumana nil. Gumana Serge. Sa YouTube.
Philippines lang. Team Philippines lang.
Now she's in red zone, and we probably have
Walang
to
team.
make use of Shopkeeper. Gonna be deployed here as well. Echo skill trying to shading in here, and that's quite a lot of
Kasi,
damage coming in from
nung
Street
nagbigay
Card.
sila
With
ng
another
ano,
two break for the combo extension.
random
Right away,
kasi.
discernment from Shopkeeper. Nicely done by
So,
Erukidu
yung
from
mga
Thailand. Back
yung
to
mga-
Sapkio though, because currently
yung mga
he's about
mabilis
to
na
gain the lead
tapos,
once this session
ayun yung
from
mga
Hyvidia
nakuha.
is being complete.
Pasado
clip by
sa
that?
top
I think
12.
for a bit, but I think all three resonators still remain
That's the
hopefully.
cutscene for the kill.
Lahat ng
That's the
lugar.
cutscene for the kill.
Maraming ang
no
Thailand eh.
way, but
Oh no, actually, my bad.
yeah, definitely. I think that is not going to be the case here. All three resonators from Sapkio
Kita mo tong time?
tall, and of
Huh?
course,
Dapat-
with Yuki
dapat di mo
currently
ma-off
being
yan.
deployed as well, we can expect a lot of slice and dice. That's going to be another parable commitment here for him. Choose to go straight
Yung
to the
kalaban na
shot,
rin
trying
yung
to position
kanina,
himself
nag-break
and try to extend the combo, proccing
Sabihin mo
all
na
on
penalty.
that
Kasi may-
shot before the DOT.
Kasi may
Yes, and meanwhile,
na
right now
penalty
it's neck to
siya.
neck still for
10
Erukidu and
minutes.
Sapkio. And with Lucilla and Sagika, again, it's a bit slower as you can see right now, but it's all about the burst.
Exactly. Back to Erukidu though.
The timing.
Yeah, definitely. He already managed to just sort of actually gaining the SP back for Sigrika
Boss,
now.
sabay na
Going
yan,
for
boss.
another liberation for Sapkio. Already finishing off Ivadia, completing his first challenge in the first attempt with a clear time of 1 minute and 7 seconds lock and load, ready to be pushed in. For Erukidu, the same can be said. It's going to be
Sinanya,
slightly
lasing.
Di ba-
behind.
di ba lahat
Sorry,
ng team
not
ngayon, no?
slightly at all. That
Bert?
is easily like half a minute's clear
Lahat
time
ng
after
6
by
players
Sapkio
ngayon,
there.
ay sa 12
Yeah,
players,
right now, Sapkio again has a really brilliant
nilaban
first
na
run.
agad.
But on the
Laban
second
na
round,
yun.
can he do the
Ngayon
fastest
lang.
time?
Actually-
Erukidu
Tas
actually,
bukas yung
again,
6
like
naman.
the last round
Hindi,
against the
apat.
boss.
Right? I'm sorry. I have to watch that
What?
again because I
Top-
think
top
that
four na
that
lang
was
maano,
actually yes, Sapkio actually completed the run with a clear time of 1 minute and 7 seconds.
yes.
Pardon me, guys. And it will be Erukidu instead
may
who
chance na
finishing
di
with the 1
makapasok
minute
si
and
Reynald pag
40 seconds here. I'm not sure why the
parang-
camera is caught onto him instead.
dito.
But yeah, okay. Let's head into our second
Pag may mas
attempt.
mabilis sa kanya.
Yeah, right now, again,
Pero
sticking
yung
with the same
TD,
composition, both of them. I
napakataas
think
sa chance na
Sapkio
hindi na
has a bit of an
makakapasok.
edge.
Kasi 10 minutes.
But meanwhile, Erukidu is all about the execution, it's all about the
yun
burst, it's
pa
all
naman
about
tumalo sa
can
kanya
you
noon,
do
kaya
that,
maswerte
the
siya.
good damage here.
Yeah,
Huh?
straight into Erukidu.
Yun yung
So
nakatalo kay
obviously he
Reynald
doesn't want to be
Kaya
left
maswerte
behind.
siya.
Even
Mataas
with
chance
though
na manalo
we can expect the player of his caliber to actually complete
Yung
all
kanina?
the runs here, but
Oh,
the same
yung
can be
kanina.
said for Sapkio. This is already the
3-0.
Ah, yun yung naka-
for the two bosses
ayun
here,
yung
like
nakapalaglag
actually
niyo sa
gaining the
lower
lead in the timing
bracket.
against Erukidu.
na
So
3-0
let's head
sila.
straight into another sessions here. A
Buti
project coming in
nakabawi
for
siya.
Erukidu, should score with Shotkeeper being on field
Oh,
instead.
nakabawi.
Punch attack coming in, going for intro by Zuzilla. That's nicely timed snapshot here. The 4 hit gauge is about to be built up to all the 3 films here, so you have to also watch out for the perfect dodge parable coming in. But oh, that's quite a nicely timed into another liberation instead. But the interruptible coming in, and yes, Erukidu, Zuzilla would get clipped.
Get clip a little bit, but still alive, and that's all the good point here. To Sapkio, look at the damage, look at the HP bar different. That is on the other level, unless Erukidu managed to do a lot of major burst damage here, which he is capable of with this composition.
Exactly.
Yung mga
back
hawan
to
sa dala,
Sapkio,
ang
though.
hawak ko.
He's already gaining the lead here with 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Yo!
According to the overall, that's very
echo
interesting.
damage!
Yeah, that's what's going to be what exactly he's trying to do exactly with his team comp instead. We're going to go head into
going to be close
Erukidu.
now.
Oh, yeah, but end loop. But that's at the same time that the Hyvidia going to the unskippable phases here. Back to Sapkio, though, with another liberation. This is looking
dodge.
very favorable for him.
Yeah, has to dodge this one. You have to escape the time. Again, 20 seconds behind here, Erukidu. When you look at the time, close with each other, and Sapkio not looking to slow it down. Should be able to end this with the time lead once again. Erukidu looking to make his best time as possible.
Yeah.
But the distance though, that distance is going to fight them.
Actually, yeah, it's actually after though. So for Sapkyo, this clear time of 1 minute and 11 seconds is going to be behind his first attempt of 1 minute and 7 seconds. So we're gonna go with his result in the first attempt instead for Sapkyo by Indonesia. Nicely done though. Erukidu right behind, of course, the Greek card with another liberations to close this one out. It's going to be 1 minute and 47 seconds. That is way after,
decent
and
pa
it
daw.
would be 1 minute 40 seconds
Much lang,
from the
much.
first attempt by Erukidu being locked in. I believe
Kaya,
currently
kaya.
Sapkyo from Indonesia probably got the lead when it's come to the accumulated runtime.
Yeah, the accumulated runtime should be at least about 20 seconds, I would say.
Yeah.
20 seconds lead in the leaderboard, I think, overall, as of this moment. But you need to wait, because next is Lady of the Sea, and after that is
Yeah.
the pain.
Yeah, definitely. And as I already mentioned this once again, this is not a head-to-head competition. Erukidu and Sapkyo is not going up against each other per se. This is not like the qualifiers where it is a first to 3 series. All of them, all the 6 participants in Group A has to go through
Sa totoo lang,
5 bosses
kapag sumali ako dyan,
with 2
ako
attempts
makakasali
each in
dyan.
order to accumulate the best result. And then we're gonna, finishing that on the leaderboards here to see
Mabagal
who will
ako
be
sa
the
ano eh.
top 4 and
Sa mga ganyan,
proceed
hindi
on
naman
to
ako
our
batak.
playoff and grand final stage. And that
Mabagal.
will be where the
Ayaw ko
band picks
makasabay,
coming
pero
into play.
mabagal ako
Currently,
sa ano.
all
Mirror.
Erukidu and Sapkyo, every participant is using the 7
Ano na lahat
resonators
ng gamit
of their
ko, puro
best
habok.
capabilities of their choice.
Faceman, have you ever got a feeling of deja vu? Because this is exactly
Isa lang
what
ginagamit ko,
composition
puro
that both of
habol
them
lang
goes with Dreamless. Erukidu with the Hyuki hyper carry with Lene and Monye, and Sapkyo going with the Aim hyper carry with
Ooh.
Lene and
Is
Monye.
this going to be a GPS check and showcase
Yes.
between Hyuki and Amy straight away? I'm really looking forward to this
Much long
showdown
sila.
though. Of course, we already see how brilliant of a skill play both Erukidu from Thailand and Sapkyo from Indonesia can display for us here. So I think this can be one of a very fair assumption here. But of course, all the echo sets about this developer account will also come into play though. And that is quite a lot of stagger gears being depleted by Sapkyo's side. Mon is currently being on added, and exact same rotation can be with Erukidu. We're seeing a very similar run here once
Look at
again. That
that.
just shows the level of these two.
It's like clockwork, it's like pattern. Just look at one Resonator ability, one Resonator liberation right
Yep.
after another. The same character, the same Resonator as well. You just see Lene liberation from Erukidu, and then Sapkyo follow it up right onto the net.
Yeah.
It's going to be very close as
Yeah.
with the level of execution that both of them is going for right now.
Exactly, but right now Sapkyo is going to go through this airborne stage, and it's going to be the tornado. It's going to be quite
Oh, imagine with the
costly,
air.
but yeah, go for the air instead with the punching attack here, and of course that toon break, nicely done by Sapkyo.
Oh,
That is so
oh.
clever, but you have to also make sure that you're not being too greedy. Amy is being on field, got clipped once and knocked back. So you have to go
again.
for liberation once
Oh, oh,
more.
oh, wait,
but right now
Erukidu.
Erukidu is about to finishing off. The finish is in sight, but Lady of the Sea just chooses to go for the straw instead. That's going to cost him quite a lot of time. Money chooses to match it up mid-air with the liberation here,
Come
and
on,
this
they
could
finish
be
it.
it for Erukidu.
Not yet.
No, it is not. Oh man, it's going to cost him some time here, Erukidu. Definitely, there's a lot of room for improvement in the second attempt. Meanwhile, Sapkyo
No
going to go to
way.
take this one by 1 minute and 5 seconds.
That is insane, the timing of it all. Erukidu at the very end, he was on pace to do sub 1 minute, I think, actually. But right now, it's unreachable. It's untouchable, Lady of the Sea. And that's going to be a lot of time wasted. Should be about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Yeah, 1 minute 18 seconds.
Oh, but I see, we already see the run by both
Yes.
Erukidu, and we see his expression straight away. He knows for a fact he could have finished that way sooner with the exact same team comp. But yeah, of course, we have to wait in the second attempt. Meanwhile, for Sapkyo, still being as composed as ever, hail from all the way from Indonesia here at AS Esports Studio 3 Yan Midtown from Bangkok, Thailand. But it seems like for Sapkyo, there's going to be some sort of adjustment on the team comp possibly. I'm seeing him go for Shawkeeper instead. If that is being the case, and if he's actually topped the first result, it would be Shawkeeper who got locked in the quota instead of Monye. So all eyes are on Erukidu right now. Let's see whether he can actually top that timing, though. We see how fast it could have been.
Yeah, and right now we're gonna go with double person again. Look at the execution of both of these competitors here. Right neck and neck with the rotation, with the switch, with how both of them are on the game plan here. Erukidu as of this moment, start before, so the time will not be in sync of each other.
Exactly.
Aerokido will still take a lot more damage.
Yeah, it's all about clear time at the very end anyway, and that end is very much inside with the skill play from both Savkill from Indonesia and Aerokido from Thailand. Right now, Aerokido getting the head start, probably going to go with Monye here once more with the rotation.
Wait, Amy just died.
Oh, is that so? No way, and then Lene.
Not yet, 500 HP.
Oh yeah, but she's currently airborne and the grabbing here as well. What an unfortunate situation by Savkill. Let's not do that, Mr. Loyal. Monye as well, Savkill would lost on the second attempt against Lady of the Sea. But with that being said, he already got that 1 minute and 5 seconds result from the first attempt, being locked into the leaderboard. Back to Aerokido though. Let's see whether he can actually top. Exactly, 1 minute and 18 seconds. That's going to be something for him to beat. So instead with the Echo skill for the cancel, instead for Yuki once more dashing in, and of course 100k of damage, charging in for the liberations. And this is going to be a lot of glacial damage.
How much? 500k, here we go. Finally something's going on in favor of Aerokido here. Should try to go for a sub 1, but right now once again Lady of the Sea is going in the air.
Yeah, of course. Once again,
But
no
Monye
way,
though,
Aerokido.
But Monye though is tagging a little bit.
Okay, I'm still seeing that. Monye, go, go, go. That's going to be the main damage dealers as of now, as currently Lady of the Sea is airborne. Choose to go for it, but yeah, that's actually going to be quite some margins there. I don't think he can actually finishing now. The timing probably somewhere around 1 minute and 12 seconds, and this is not looking very likely for Aerokido to catching up on to Lady of the Sea here. And of course, Savkill Records is going to get straight into Lene instead. Of course, trying to still finishing this one with Toonbreak coming in from Hyuki. And
not yet!
Another hit.
Not yet!
No way. And Hyuki also fall. Had to be
the
Lene to
time
do
though.
the due diligence. The timing, I think, is not going to top that 1 minute and 18 seconds in his first attempt. Aerokido visibly frustrated.
Pardon me, but the HP bar from Lady of the Sea right there was all the way in the gray. You don't see the health anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Okay. Have some word with the crowd. Have some word with the crowd. Of course, being from Thailand, obviously Aerokido, he's actually from the southern part of Thailand here. So we talk about Southeast Asian tournaments, right? We have people traveling from all over the place. We have Than Long GTL, as well as Phoebe, as well as other participants from Vietnam. We have also Ryoja from the Philippines already, and then obviously so many competitors from Indonesia. So yeah, definitely it's going to be quite a lot of stories here as the best of the best Wuthering Wave speedrunners trying to compete here in Holographic Overdrive.
However, the next is the boss that is the bean, the dean, the mean of everyone's soul. And it is Sigilum here. And Aerokido is going for the Echo skill damage. Cut Stagnate first to start off. Trying to use Shorekeeper Liberation to start off everything. Meanwhile, Savkill,
Yeah,
I think he's going for the it's a Tomb Rupture composition with Amy.
It is. Not the full blown though, but of course with Amy still being in play here, we can still look for probably one of the best in slot teams here to go up against Sigilum. And meanwhile for Aerokido, back once again it's going to be Sigrika alongside with Lucilla. A very deliberate choice by him to actually not go for the match up between Yuki and Lucilla.
No.
Now he actually lost all. Meanwhile, what happened, Mr. Loyal?
Oh, it's so close. Sigrika almost fall there. I think it's either Sigrika or Shorekeeper. I didn't catch that in time, but only 59 HP remaining. But still, now it's top lap now, and it's time to do a lot of damage. First phase of both competitors actually are on positive side. Savkill, look at the time too.
Actually no, because the Greek card is out in best on 79 of HP right now, and he's way behind. The Stagnate is coming here. It's going to cost him some more time. Switch to Shorekeeper to get himself out of that situation, but Shorekeeper is also in red zone, going with the intros coming in from Sigrika instead. Meanwhile, Savkill is not going to wait on any longer. He's already about to reach the second phase of Sigilum.
Shorekeeper fall down for Aerokido as well. Things are not looking good for the Thai competitors here. Meanwhile, Savkill already on the way in the second phase. He's not waiting anyone's behind. Just keep going and going. Meanwhile, Aerokido finally will proc the second phase, but the HP, and with Shorekeeper gone, where would the HP come from?
Exactly. So Savkill once more going to try to make the most out of this. The clearance is very much inside for Aerokido. Without Shorekeeper, it's going to be way more difficult. We head straight into another session here by Lucilla instead for Savkill, as well with the punching start of the liberation here. That's going to be another huge fusion damage to chain down into Monye as well. And of course, with the team comp being best in slot here, the Toon strain by Monye being triggered, of course, going to be another source of damage to help him with the clear time.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sapkio, again, with all the engines available, this is the right track for him. And look at the damage done to Sigilum. It seems like Sigilum is no problem. It seems our competitor is showing to everyone that Sigilum is mortal after all, is beatable in this scenario.
Exactly. All right, let's get into for Erukidu once more. We have to wait and see for this blast. It's still being managed to doing quite well. Let's wait to see how exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sapkio right now gonna go for the finish straight away inside for Erukidu. It's gonna be right behind, but the timing not gonna be on his side as well. And Sapkio finishing off Sigilum once again with a clear time of 1 minute and 24 seconds. Let's see the result from Erukidu actually follow through. Is this some sort of photography competitions? I think both sides won here. 2 minutes and 8 seconds would be his run time, and I think Erukidu already got his side settled for the second attempt.
The thing with Erukidu, 2 minutes is a little bit tough, especially when you lose Shorekeeper at the beginning, but at the end of the day, if you have a time against Sigilum, you takes it.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, especially when we talk about the time, when it's about the entire completion anyway, right? We see how much of a bane of an existence Sigilum is to all of our holographic overdrive participants here. For Sapkio, right now, all pressure is off his back. He already got the result from the first attempt being locked in, ready to be registered into his leaderboard. Let's see if he can actually top that. For Erukidu, he's currently staring at the worst of 5-minute penalties being added onto his leaderboard.
Yeah, but actually both of them have the clock in time already, so that's not going to be the problem. The problem right now for Erukidu is he needs a better time. He wants a guaranteed spot in the top 4 in Group A.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to go straight for Sigilum though. Yeah, Erukidu is doing quite well so far, and I think he's currently gaining quite a lot of leads here. So have to watch out for the parryable as well. Choose to go with the constant damage by Sigilum once more, dashing in. Already. And of course, right now, Shorekeeper standing way longer is going to be of use with currently another rotation of N-Loop is coming.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sapkio did not get the second phase out yet, if I recall correctly, so that's going to be a bit of a problem to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, he actually quite behind though. Maybe I have to wait and see that as well. Meanwhile, for Erukidu is going to head straight into this second phase on Sigilum straight away. It's going to be a bit difficult, definitely, but we can expect to see a lot of run time here for Sapkio. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe because the fact that he just lost Emith already way earlier. No. Exactly. This is not going to be looking very likely for him in his second attempt. At the very least, he already got the clearance from the first attempt. That's going to probably, really yeah, which is very impressive, if I may say so myself. So yeah, we can expect to see that result being locked into the leaderboards here. Right now, it's probably going to play it for the love of the game. So Erukidu, this is a do or die run here with Shorekeeper in with another discernment. Right on time as Sigilum has to go for the perfect dodge, and I believe that she's still going to do so well. Okay, Echo skill once more for the shield, and then right now with the disruption here, N-Loop going to be procced on once again and into the cycle. Now Scylla ready for the setup for Sigilum. For Sapkio, just lost Monye as well. Linne being last one left, got stagnated mid-air, has to go for the perfect parry. Not going to be possible. Sapkio going to fail his second attempt against Sigilum with already his first attempt being in completion.
Yeah, which is really good as a saving grace of Sapkio. But look at Erukidu, all the damage here. Here we go with the kick. No, I think. And the Echo skill though, that's gonna be the one that ends it. Erukidu with the time off, 1 minute 39 seconds.
Interestingly, yeah, still good. And I think that he would take that over 5 minute penalty any time of the day. I'm still trying to look out exactly what is the timing for Sapkio against Sigilum in his first attempt. But I think it's somewhere very close. And I think that all of the 3 participants can still expect to still make it to the top 4 of the leaderboards here with now no 5-minute penalties being added.
Facepalm, you said that, and now in the Dagger of Dirge, both of them is going to get 5 minutes. You know the drill.
You know
the drill. You say it. When he said it, inexistent, that's going to happen, but I doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, look, both sides actually right now, without for Sapkio, I'm a bit more worrying about him because right now, I believe he already used Hyuki for 3 times. Maybe he saved it for once or twice. I'm not certain. But in case he still have Hyuki, it's going to be a walk in the park for him against Dragon of Dirge. For Erukidu, obviously, right now, I still think that with no main fusion damage dealer apart from Amith, of course, he's going to probably have to face Dragon of Dirge straight up. Yeah, straight away. And with Sapkio, this is exactly the reason why he saved on with Hyuki and also Scylla, as now the parry can be going.
Oh no! Dragon. Oh, look at Erukidu's face!
Oh, and he's just gonna forfeit this run straight away. So all eye on Sapkio now with Sigilum falling.
Yes, Erukidu with his head in his hands. It was unlucky. Cannot resists the meteor shower. Meanwhile, Sepkio, this is an opportunity. He has no distraction now. He just has to go for the best time possible. Look at all the damage already against the Dragon of the Yuki just dancing in the moonlight.
Yeah, but now, I was about to say half the HP,
70
now
pa,
there's
eh.
none. Hyuki is also falling for
70
Sapkio. And right
pa
now,
ba?
it's only Lucilla left alongside with Chisa. Oh, this is going to be way more
Oh,
than
nakastream
for
ako sa ano
Indonesian.
sa
He's fighting though.
TikTok
He's not
tsaka
giving up.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Switch to Shisa and, well, at this moment, just dodge everything. Just focus on what's in front of you.
Sumunod, dagdag ko pa
Because you
Facebook
can't
eh.
do anything in the past now. You can't rest. Hyuki's up. Nice dodge so far.
Yep.
And here we go. The momentality. We got you a lot of damage.
Yeah,
for
Chisa, the potential girl is going to be probably she's going to need her potential way more right now in order to push this through for Sapkio in the first attempt. I mean, of course, we still got a second attempt. Probably Erukidu is going to try to go for the reset instead and looking forward to that
Ano,
second
may
chance
pambili
for
na ng
Sapkio.
40
He's going to try to make sure that he's
46
actually
super
finishing on to
hero
this
na.
bosses. He's very confident in his own abilities and with this hero pools of Chisa and Lucilla. I shouldn't have said hero, that's so mobile. It's actually resonators, right? Okay, let's head into another, I would say, parry coming in, but of course that's going to go into another combo strings without Hyuki. Obviously that is going to be, I would say, way more scuffier, but of course Sapkio kind of still looking forward for a finish in his first attempt.
Actually, without Hyuki, it seems to be no problem in finishing Dragon of the Earth, but I said I But here we go though, a lot of damage still, capable of be dueling with both Lucilla and Shisa. Lucilla is on the slimmiest of HP now, only 1,000 left in deep of the red zone. But the HP is so low, Tomb Break available. It's gonna deal a lot of damage, it's gonna disrupt the Dragon of the Earth. Should be the moment to end it, and Sapkio without Hyuki. It's no problem, but potential girl fulfill her potential.
Exactly.
1 minute 44 seconds.
Always reliable as always when it comes to Chisa, and we can already see here that Sapkio is quite confident that losing Hyuki is still not gonna affect his run in the long term, right? Obviously, he still got the second attempts. Hopefully, he can manage to keep Hyuki being on field and alive until the very end. For Erukidu, he lost the first attempt in quite an early fashion, so I really expect to see him actually pull through with this run.
Yes, and again, Erukidu really solid in his showing against Vigilum. As long as he doesn't have 5 minutes, he should clock in at least in the top 4, and it's gonna be tough for both Ryoja and Phoebe now to stay in the competition. Oh no, Lucilla fall for Sapkio. This is not the ideal start for the man. He gets the finish when he needs a faster time.
Yeah. I mean, Sapkio probably going to want to top that 100, a minute and 44 seconds straight away, but now with Lucilla's gone, it's only going to be Hyuki and Chisa remain for Erukidu. Hopefully this time, all three resonators can remain on field for the longest time, obviously, and with Lucilla going in with this parry here, going to go with the stagger straight away as an interruption, and here's come another moment of conversion with Enloop in level 3. Sukrika being on field, go for the dance, and obviously the liberation is coming in straight away. That's going to be a huge echo damage.
I'm gonna interrupt you a little bit, Facepalm, because I think Sapkio just lost Hyuki as well. It's all up to our favorite potential girl right now. The best girl to some people's heart, perhaps. She's going against the average. Hyuki just finished Dragon of the Earth in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be
46 seconds.
Wow! Hey, Erukidu, come back with a style. 46 seconds. That's going to be the result. Locked in onto the leaderboards here. Meanwhile, for Sapkio, it's going to be a moment of courtesy here. Chisa solo. Go straight away, girl.
Yeah, just go straight away. Just hack and slash through everyone here. But she survived herself. It's going to be really tough. But it's not wholly impossible. Look at Sapkio there. He's not red. Oh, no. Oh,
and that ends the potential of our
Patay.
potential girl, Chisa.
Wala siya
And also
magawa dun.
conclude the series between Erukidu from Thailand and also Sapkio from Indonesia. Both sides, I would say none of them suffered the 5 minutes penalty, which is looking really good on the leaderboards here. I think that we're going to have summaries being delivered to you real soon here. Of course, I understand that everyone wants to really keep tracks on on the current positioning in our leaderboards here, the standings, right? But yeah, definitely, I think it's looking very promising for both Erukidu from Thailand and Sapkio from Indonesia, as neither sides, or rather, both sides managed to clear out all of the 5 bosses.
Yes, and with Ryoja and Phoebe in deep in the time right now, it should be guaranteed that both Erukidu and Sapkio will advance into the final 8.
Never say never.
But never say never, because again, French Naruto and EQWR, as long as they get the finish, they will qualify as well. And Ryoja and Phoebe still have hope, but it's in other people's hands.
Okay na yan,
Will
tapos
we
na, ends
see
time
that?
na.
We will find out after this break.
Yun na, tapos na yung page eh. Bye-bye!
From the past, we walked
Lala! May pumasok pa sa live. Kain mo na kami, Bert.
Sige lang.
Bye! Stream na tayo sa Apex mamaya. Ay, maglalaro pa. Maglalaro pa. Sige. Pakain mo na. What if ito yung drawing ko? Di ba naka-monitor ako? Pwede ko naman daw gawin yung second monitor, no? Yung main monitor ko. No? Tapos doon ko yung mga laro. Pwede ba yun? Di, I mean yung parang tawag. Yung main, display. Yung main display ko kasi ngayon is yung bago kong monitor. Pwede kaya yun pag ginawa ko siyang second monitor.
I yield my ally. No.
Nagtito na yung mga laro ko.
For now, I place my hope in your hands.
Pero okay na yun. Huwag naman. Sa'yo ba? Yung main monitor o ba yung kay Rainer? Nandun yung... So yun yung nandun yung main display mo. Sige. Kain lang kami.
Follow the wind's lead. Wind on me! Strike the wicked! Gone with the wind! Sever the discord! All down! Feast! Ride the wind! Down slow! Joe, why? I've always felt this cannot be how this story ends. Please don't. Forgive me.
Right, hopefully we're not keeping you waiting for too long as we're heading right back into another matches for the group stages here for at Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive's Grand Final live from AS Esports Studio 3 ย่าน Midtown in Bangkok, Thailand. And once again, Mr. Loyal, we are approaching the end of Group A qualifiers and we're going to soon see the leaderboards for the entire accumulated best time finish by all of the 6 participants.
Yes, right now though, ahead is the final match in Group A. It's going to be another Thailand versus Indonesia matchup against French Nano and Equus.
Equer from Indonesia
Yes,
definitely make it through the Southeast Asia qualifiers. Meanwhile, for Fresh Nano, he has led quite a very impressive performances in the Thailand qualifiers as well. And obviously, as what I'm seeing right now with some of the participants here from the Southeast Asia slots having to withdraw, like after the 28th of July, that would be around the same time as I would say the last Wednesday. Yeah, that would be about the same time, but because of that, with all the traveling arrangement here, yeah, the call-up have to be from the Thailand qualifier instead. It's already stated in the rule books here, which is quite unfortunate. Definitely, we're not going to have Haku from Vietnam, but then also Sensei from the Philippines to join us here in the live offline events here as well. So yeah, definitely shout out to both of them and wishing them all the best here, and hopefully they're having as much of a good time as we have as they enjoy their prize pool in the Southeast Asia qualifiers.
Meanwhile, look at the draft here, French Nano and Equus. You can see almost mirror. For the first time, we will not see a mirror yet against this matchup. It's going to be Hyuki, Emmett, Lene, Monnier, Shisa, Lucilla. That was picked on both sides. The difference is French Nano picking up Sakika and Equus is picking up the Nia.
Exactly. Interestingly, we're going to see a bit of a different in terms of matchup here as well. We are about to head into the final matches here for the Group A here, as we have 6 participants who have already locked in their entire run already. It's going to be Fresh Nano from Thailand against Equer from Indonesia, and we're seeing a very matched up team comp here straight away. This is a mirror team comp actually.
It is
a bit of a
mirror
different
team
in sequence, of course, with Chisa being at 2 and then Lucilla being at 3 and vice versa for Equer. So I'm really curious to see. It's probably going to be a very identical rotation here.
It is probably going to be a similar rotation style. It depends on who executed better and who has RNG on their side. Meanwhile, to start off, it seems that Equus have the lead on the HP and the time too. So it is looking very good for our Indonesia representative. And with this, liberation is going to cost 300,000 damage. Shisa got clipped a little bit.
Actually.
Oh, so close, so
Yeah,
close.
definitely, but still with a tune break, I think coming in real soon. And of course, with also the liberation here, moment of nihility. Both sides, I think, are very much close in terms of the entire rotations, but I think Equer is currently gaining the lead on the entire run rate. So we have to also watch out for the Lucilla with the liberation here as well, and nicely done with the nicely timing here. This is almost identical. We are looking at a very similar game plan done by 2 equally matched skilled players, one from Thailand, one from Indonesia. This would be a matchup to look out for, Mr. Loyal.
It is a matchup to look out for. Unfortunately though, French Nano, his damage output as of this moment is a little bit lacklustering.
Actually, yes. And with all the rotations being identical here, I think that we can suspect it be some sort to do with Echo tuning. Both sides are using developer accounts here, obviously, but meanwhile, Echo is going to finishing the first race already with a 52 seconds here. Fresh Nano not doing so well right now with all this. Yeah, with all the parryballs coming in right now, this is going to cost him way more time. And yeah, definitely, he's probably going to try to make the most out of this. The conversion is still going to be in play, but the timing would be significantly behind Equer in our first attempt.
Yes, as you can see right now, both teams with the same composition. So it's all about either execution or RNG. And you look at the damage here from the liberation of Hyuki, the final, the enhanced one, as it's only 100,000k.
Exactly, and of course, moment of nihility. Yeah, I think it's all about currently the Echo tunings right now. Going to be one of the main reasons why Fresh Nano could be so behind from Echo, even with pretty much an identical rotations here being in play with the mirror team comp, obviously. But oh, I think there's something going wrong with how the characters are built. Definitely, of course, it's a developer account. Both sides going to have access to the exact same Echo tunings in order to craft out the stats that they are looking for. We see this already being put to use already by Futsala from Thailand as he tries to make the most out of the Echo skill set. So for Fresh Nano, definitely going to finishing this one with, I think, the timing around 1 minute and 50 second-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. 52 seconds, which is nowhere. I think that's like 1 minute behind Equer.
It is,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. That's not going to look too good at all for French Nano. But of course, probably he being in the hometown turf, right? Of course, as this tournament is being held in Bangkok, Thailand, maybe it can be the boost or the pressure.
Yes, the pressure may got to our competitors. He has to shake that thing off. But as this moment, as you can see on our previous 2 matches, it's a bit of a luxury and a bit of a reassurance because Ryoja and Phoebe has a non-completion, which adds a lot of time into their pool.
Yeah.
But Phoebe completes the first 3 balls in a very, very fast time.
Yeah, we're talking like sub-minute here, guys. And I think that we can looking forward to see a very close leaderboard within our Group A, which will be summarized right after this matchup here. So let's head into our second attempts against Dreamless by Fresh Nano from Thailand and Equer from Indonesia. Equer already got that 52 seconds in the back, ready to be locked into his leaderboard. Let's see if he can top that for Fresh Nano. All of this will be the difference maker.
Right now, things are looking neck and neck as of this moment. The liberation coming out from both the Hyukis. Gonna do a lot of damage. Oh no, Equa just got hit in the red zone for Hyuki. Has to stay alive. Managed to stay alive. That's gonna disrupt a little bit of the rotation and the mindset, but Equa does not relent. He's still going for the maximum. It's the Blade Liberation. Here we go. How much damage is it gonna be? 300k. And how about French Channel?
Yeah.
Only 100k.
Oh,
That's just
that's
unlucky.
way behind. Considering this is a mirror team comp, I think something is going very wrong with how Fresh Nano is going to set up his resonators here in terms of the accounts here. But of course, it's a developer account, and all the echoes here are going to be generated, obviously, in order for them to craft out the stats to their choice.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to have to watch out for how exactly can Fresh Nano come out on top on with this. Twin Break already being triggers here straight away. Going to go for Lucilla with the slice and dice. And in the faces, one more go for Hyuki and try to make sure that he optimized that EI in order to burst out the Glacial Shaft.
Yes, we need to look at another level 3 burst once again. Equa here almost get the finish, and he will, regardless of how this outcome turns out for the Liberation. How much damage? 200k. Meanwhile, French Nano is busy trying to parry all the projectiles here, which is not going to be easy, and disrupt all his momentum too.
Of course, meanwhile, for Equa from Indonesia, already finishing off the second attempt at 55 seconds as well, so that's not going to top the 52 seconds in his first attempt, and that's going to be what is locked in to his leaderboard instead. Nicely done. Yeah, back for Fresh Nano, though. We already see it's probably going to be somewhere. Oh, no way. It doesn't even crit. I think 46k of damages. That's not going to be enough. And of course, the timing to finishing off the Dreamless here, he could potentially be behind a lot of participants in all of the leaderboards here.
Not a good start for French Nano, not the start that he wants. Still get the stagger against Dreamless, so it's an opportunity to deal a lot of damage. The rotation timing is a little bit behind, so it's going to be losing on the pacing. Meanwhile, here comes Lucilla first, trying to go for the Liberation, the enhanced one. Switch it back to Hyuki.
Of course. Wait a minute. I'm not seeing Glacial Shaft being burst out that much. Even with the Liberation, let's go wait and see. Yeah, I'm seeing now that's the stack coming right up here. He's trying to build up the stack, but right now with Hyuki being on field and trying to slice and dice, Dreamless also going to be hovering a lot as well. Got clipped once and twice, probably still going to go through and go with the finish here. But the timing, I think, is going to be way after the first attempt, and we probably have to lock in now. Here we have it, 251Ks, but the time is going to be 1 minute and 57 seconds, way after his first attempt as well. So yeah, Fresh Nano have no choice but to lock in that 1 minute and 52 seconds into the run.
Not a good start for French Nano, but at this point, what he can do here is march on. Hypertier would be the second boss coming in. As again, as they reiterate, this is the final match in Group A.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you are correct, because we have 6 participants in each group. As 12 final contestants, 12 finalists, right? Being divided into 6 in Group A and then 6 in Group B. We are already going past 4 competitors already. Their leaderboard has already been settled, but the standings remain on these 2. Fresh Nano and Equa heading into Ivor tier straight away. I'm still seeing the mirror team comp here. Fresh Nano Oh my days. And I think that we have to also watch out exactly for how can he actually turn the tides around with Yuki.
The thing is, in the mirror matchup so far, it seems that Echo has the advantage against French Nano in terms of execution and the damage that he do. Because look at the HP bar. It's just going down and down and down. Just like a pouring of water. And EQW, Equus, yeah, apologies, going for the same liberation at the same time. How much damage? It's twice.
Wow.
Echo deal twice the damage as French Nano. I don't know what's going on
exactly.
here.
And I think also the timing for French Nano as well to trigger the tune break here still with Chisa being on field. And yeah, everything seems to be slightly off timing here with all this chain somewhere. Being procced in has to go for the outro, and then Lucilla being switched right back in for the setups. But Equa is still going to try to pick up the pace here, and obviously finishing off Hyvidia is in his sights. But right now, as I mentioned it, this session is going to come in parryable. Both sides should go for the parry straight away. And for Equa, I think we can expect some sort of a perfect dodge as well. What a skillful play by the Indonesian.
Yes, both of them very skillful indeed. And Equa needs to get this execution right, and he will. Still on pace to have a really good time here. French Nano, meanwhile, got them staggered. So it's going to be a chance, an opportunity to deal a huge ton of damage. But Echo still have better pace. With this liberation, it should be the end.
Yeah.
How much is it?
Yeah,
whoa,
definitely.
it doesn't crit too.
Yeah, but it's going to do the job though. Equa right now going to finish with a time of 1 minute and 6 seconds. For Fresh Nano though, he's right behind. It's still, I would say, a commendable run, but yeah, definitely the timing right now is going to be behind them. Right now it's kind of crit though. 280 Ks here, and of course, with Moment of Nihility coming in from Chisa, we can also looking forward to see it finish. But what do you mean? What do you mean? Another phase coming right in, and that's going to cost Fresh Nano way more time. What is going on with Thai players and Lux in our matches so far here at the Grand Finals?
It's a temple area really close to Samyang. Maybe that's the destination that all the Thai competitors has to go to here.
You cannot make this up.
I cannot make this up indeed. Here we go. French Nano gets the finish, but the time, however, it's going to be tough. 1 minute 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Not the worst in the world. Not the end of the world. The world is not ending. The universe is not breaking. But when you compare the mirror composition, this is not ideal.
Exactly. Well, I mean, look, right now for Fresh Nano, the light at the end of the tunnel is probably going to be the fact that both Ryoja and also Phoebe got the 5 minutes penalty.
Yes.
But both of them also do so well in the first 3 bosses. And I think the all accumulated time will be somewhere very closest by both sides here. We have to also watch out here.
It is. And still, this is a second attempt, right? Coming next. We wait a little bit before both our competitors start to go, but the rotation though, could the rotation play a part? With again, it could be just
At the positioning, you mean between 2 and 3 of Hyuki? With Lucilla and also Chisa.
Yes.
That's less likely, but yeah, okay. We're heading into our second attempt against Hyvidia. But Fresh Nano, he really have to pick up the pace. For 1 minute and 42 seconds is not a bad run, but right now it's a competitive Wuthering wave we're talking about here. All sort of seconds is going to matter in the leader boss, obviously. And right now, we're still seeing, okay, if you're trying to see it here, Fresh Nano and Equa is actually still managed to go toe-to-toe, but there still seems to be some sort of DPS drop-off as we head into, like, sort of like the middle of the run rates here. Fresh Nano, I think he started picking up the pace, though.
Lady Version, how much is this going to do? 300k, okay, French Nano. Still got to do a lot of damage. I didn't catch how much Equa did. Now it seems like French Nano has the advantage onto the HP. But now it's Chisa's turn for the rotation. Moment of utility coming in from both of them. French Nano still going to cook here. Switch to Lucilla. Both of them on the Lucilla face. And you cannot make this up. Liberation at the same time.
Yeah,
these two are going blow for blow in this attempt here.
Exactly. All right, but right now it seems like Hyvidia is also going to go into the exact same phase here. It's very interesting to see how both sides actually going to deal with this one. First parry already in by Fresh Nano. Second one coming in. Quick to go for the dodge. Fresh Nano though, the last dash is coming right in by both sides. All eyes on him from now. It's going to be the burst. Perfectly dodged. Nicely done. Going in with the intro, closing into the gap. Same can be said for Equa. Still going to chasing down Yuki instead. And it's also
like a mirror.
Yeah, exactly the same time. Now we are talking. Fresh Nano started picking up the pace, and let's see how well we could have done.
It's all up to the crit now.
Yeah,
how much crit damage?
Tune breaks, that can be where Fresh Nano can gain the leads here, but of course he tries to slice and dies. And here we again with another liberation. Right now he seems to gain the lead here against Equa.
Oh, it doesn't crit!
Fresh Nano once again doesn't crit. Meanwhile for Equa, it's Dazo.
And oh no, but he dies!
No way. Still have to go for another pull here. Potentially Fresh Nano. Choose to close on the gap. Meanwhile, Equa is going to snatch this lead once again with a clear time of 1 minute and 15 seconds.
How about French Nano? It should be very, very close. 18 seconds. Are you kidding me? 3 seconds time difference here, but a valiant performance. A really good performance for both competitors here on Hyvet here. Moving on, we'll go to Lady of the Sea. French Nano and Equa should have smiles on their face. It's a really perfect start for both of them so far.
Yeah, I mean, okay. For Fresh Nano, I understand that, of course, the first 2 rounds is probably not going to be in his favor by any means, but right now I think he's starting to gather a bit of that composure, a bit of that confidence. But of course, as we can see here, this is live at the venue from AS Esports Studios, Samyan Midtown. And if you can see there, both competitors actually also have these card holders and also this sort of, how do you call them, card necklace? Yeah.
It's the, not the necklace. What do you call them actually?
Yeah, it's a card holder, right? You see with the Wuthering waves. Yeah, we go with that for now. But yeah, it will be actually it will be give out as a gift out for the offline events in case that if you are maybe you're in Bangkok during this time here around, maybe you're currently watching the live stream, you want to book the flight straight away here to Bangkok for Southeast Asia brothers. It's not going to be the longest amount of time, but definitely it's going to be a huge chance for them to join in not only the competition here, but also for a lot of giveaways with Wuthering Wave merches as well as the entire cosplay contest event. Meanwhile, we're heading into our third boss.
Another mirror.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with Lady of the Sea straight away.
Yeah, and another mirror here is going to be Amiet with the Tomb Break composition. And it's going to be the Tomb Rupture composition here. It's Amiet, Lene, and Monnier. And again, now it's all about the rotation, the liberation coming in for both French Nano and Echoes. And now it's time for the switcheroo. Just keep switching form between the human form and the mech form here.
Yeah, of
with
course.
Amiet.
Yeah, I mean, we can look forward to see a lot of a very identical team comps here. As we already mentioned, currently it's not a draft and ban phase being in play here. Equa, Fresh Nano, and all of the remaining 12 participants here in the grand finals are picked 7 of the best resonators in their hand that they're confident who can match up against any source of randomized boss lineups here. So yeah, definitely it's not going to be a ban and pick phase against each other at the very least for the group stage. It will also come back in tomorrow with the playoffs and of course the grand final.
Indeed, and it's the draft and it's a pick and ban, the draft pick that make this competition very, very competitive so far, and we can see all the game plans here. But at this moment in time, it's not about all the strategies, it's all about damage, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm still seeing both sides still going to the total, but as I mentioned that Fresh Nano just lost Lene. Now it's only Amy and Monnier. It's not the end of the world, but a clear time would very less likely being in his favor with now the Tornado coming into play as well. And just to go airborne instead, and gonna go away in the airborne as well. Fresh Nano also losing Amy. This is not looking good at all. Only Monnier remain for Equa. Gonna still going strong here, definitely, and choose to go with the plunging here from the Liberation straight away. He's now gaining the lead in the run rate against Lady of the Sea, and the completion in the first attempt is pretty much in sight.
Yeah, it is in sight, but Lene down as well, so Equa is not gonna be easy. It's gotta be expecting the time, but not as much as French Nano, who has to rely all the damage from Monnier. But here we go though, Equa is here. Has a chance now in the Monnier rotation, waiting for the right opportunity for Amiet. Has to be the one. Oh, defense! Oh no!
No! Monnier also fall for Equa. Only Amy to remain. The HP is still in the lead against Fresh Nano, but he would fail his first attempt. Oh, straight away. That is not looking good at all for Fresh Nano. All eyes on him right now. With only Monnier remains, the airborne here can cancel out all the Tornado, go for the Toon Strain instead. That could be help triggered by the Toon Break as well, but the damage here definitely going to be nowhere near enough as the main and sole damage dealers of the team comp left. He can still looking forward for a finishing in this. I cannot even say that with a good conscience. It's all about trying to make the most out of this attempt here. He's still in the game, and the Thai representative doesn't want to make the home crowd disappoint.
But look at the damage though, going just tick by tick by tick, and not just a huge burst that we used to from these two. It seems like Lady of the Sea is the kryptonite that destroyed both of them so far, but it's not the end just yet. French Nano with 1,936 HP has the opportunity to sustain herself. Yeah, with Monnier alive, you still have the sustain option, but how long can the stain last, because at one point it's going to be a 3-minute mark, and that is when things get real.
Yeah, HP drain is going to come into play as well. Monye, I don't think, can regen her HP to catch up with that. The HP from Lady of the Sea is not seem to dwindling down at all. And right now, it's going to be 3 minutes real soon. So here's going to come in off the attack buff here as well. But I'm still not sure if Monye by herself can actually proc a stagger gauge in order to create a combo string and also a conversion opportunities here. Fresh Nano, this is not looking that as likely. Yeah, definitely. And also her stamina is also in the red zone right now. Still seems to do as well as he can. Toon Strain about to be triggered once again by the Toon Break. Yes, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking good indeed, but French Nano is not giving up here. Just going to do the best that they can. The sustain is there, but as you can see, the HP will go down, but meanwhile it will go up and go down at the same time. So it's going to be a little bit confusing, but at the end of the day is how much he can outlast the passive damage. It will be one-hit territory pretty soon.
Exactly. Okay, go for the dodge here, but of course HP that's going to get drained straight away, and the clip from the tornado into the tail twirling. Fresh Nano would also fail his first attempt against Lady of the Sea.
If you're Ryoja or Phoebe, this is where you glue to the screen, because 5 minutes penalty is what you need the opponents to get for you to have a chance.
Definitely for Phoebe. Ryoja, I have to be honest here. I haven't been keeping tabs off as well. I'm not certain that he also failed Dragon of Dirge. No?
I think Phoebe is the one who failed both.
I understand. Yeah, I remember for a fact that Phoebe
Ryoja
actually
failed
lost.
Dragon of Dirge.
You sure for sure?
I'm sure for sure.
Okay, let's go with that. Yeah, definitely. We will have all of the leaderboards, especially being displayed in order to summarize, and also that will be an announcement as to who exactly is the top 4 of the leaderboards, who will proceed onto our playoff stage, and who will be the first 2 who will have to bow out of this competition.
Both of them lose their main damage dealer pretty fast, and that's probably why too. For Aqua, you lose the enabler, so it's just tough. But right now, we just wait for a little bit of a moment before they go into the second attempt. Catch their breath a little bit here.
Look, I did totally agree, though. We have to probably wait and see. It's always going to be summarized at the very end anyway. So, yeah, let's wait and see exactly how that can be done. Meanwhile, as we already mentioned, this is a live event, and in case you guys see something, and in the middle of the stage here, you probably see something golden around there, and you might think that could be the World Cup trophy, that could be a popcorn bucket, that could be some sort of religious statue, which is actually not that far off the real thing. That is yours truly, Golden Phoebe Rewards, Golden Phoebe Trophy, being given to the first ever Southeast Asian champions of Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive 2026.
Yeah, and right now though, as you can see, the dragon is a problem, but the Lady of the Sea seems to be a problem for these two as well.
Yeah.
And if I was wrong and Ryoja didn't get any penalty, then this will be more contested moment.
Okay. We're probably going to have to wait and see when the entire summaries comes up. Definitely all will be well. Guys, we haven't, because you have to understand, this is entirely, probably we are heading into our, about to reach 30 attempts entirely against tactical hologram bosses here, so it may be sometimes we slipped up with the memories. Apologies for in advance. But right now, let's head into the second attempt against Lady of the Sea by both Fresh Nano from Thailand and Aqua from Indonesia.
Here we go though against Lady of the Sea, still sticking with the same rotation, the wheelchair with the Toon Rupture, and it's just everything that you can ask for when you play Amiet. It's one of the 2 best compositions with Amiet right now against Lady of the Sea here, and both of them are now dealing a lot of damage. It's on the way. Here we go, the Liberation for Aqua as well. Here comes the Blade, the Heavenfall Edict. The finale hits it, done. Now, Aqua is on the way to deal a lot of damage, but wait a second, Fresh Nano is on better pace right now. The time is neck and neck. It's on the Monye rotation on both of them. Aqua is going to go with the Liberation first. Fresh Nano is going to follow it up pretty nicely to go next. And Lene coming in with a motorcycle with the Prismatic Overdrive. Opportunity. French Nano has a Toon Break available. Now it's on his command. And Lene too on rotation. Goes to Amiet and got the break. Here we go. switch to Lene once again in the sky, Lady of the Sea.
Exactly.
It's a bit ironic, but again, this is underwater.
Right, but once
Oh,
more, Fresh
no.
Nano. Oh, we have to also watch out that she got interrupted once. Still going to be able to regenerate the HP back on, go for the perfect dodge. Tornado coming straight away, but this is going to cost him the run time once again into Amy once more. He currently gaining the lead for the longest time, but Echo going to take this one. Yeah, once again, 50 seconds. That's going to be his clear time in the second attempt. Again, Lady of the Sea, get that locked and load.
Yes, and that's a good time too for Echo. French Nano is way behind at this current moment, but it's still a good time nonetheless. Here comes the Evan for Edic. The finale should be done, and the second attempt, both competitors will get a completion. French Nano, 1 minute 13 seconds, still a very good time.
Yeah, I mean, but at this point, we're talking about getting the best result in order to cement your standings on the leaderboards. Because if I were to be clarified on this, I believe that the standings on our leaderboards will also affect the playoff brackets tomorrow as well. I understand, especially for Equer. He's probably currently looking to make it as a top 4 in Group A right now, but it's also about his placement and who he will face whenever there has been sort of like a crisscross between brackets and between team and group matchups here.
When you set up the brackets, the seeding is very important. And right now, heading into the Sigilum, the player killer.
Exactly. I got a chance to get in touch with Equer yesterday from Indonesia, and believe I'll just quote his word on this one, okay? You guys, whether you guys choose to believe this, it's up to you. He only picked up tactical hologram speed run seriously only a week ago.
What?
Only after he had to match up in the Southeast Asia qualifiers for Holographic Overdrive, this he actually tried to practice tactical hologram for a speed run tournament.
A week.
A week. That is what he said. Exactly. He's also doing a live stream as well with the Equer channel, so hopefully you guys can check him out if you're Indo fans. Definitely his community is currently growing. Back to Fresh Nano though, right now with the Amy and then Monye and Linne trying to going in from behind. Currently has to be a true break here, and we already see what as much of a reliable source of damage that can be for Fresh Nano.
Yeah, it's going to be the Tomb Rupture composition with Tomb Break Engine, the wheelchair with Lene and Monye. The thing is, though, if Amy die, it's just the end of the run because Sigilum has Spectral Resist and Lene has Spectral Damage. Even though you can still do a lot of damage with the Tomb Break as well, it's not the best in the world. You don't want to be in that situation ever.
Exactly. But it seems like to be quite close so far. Equer, as ever, still maintaining that lead, but it's not as far as of a lead as I've mentioned here. Of course, Monye in the red zone, I believe, so right now it's going to have to be her once more in the airborne to cancel out all of these threats from Sigilum. Of course, yours truly once more is going to go in with another burst here. Meanwhile, Equer, Toon Break ready to be procced and triggered, potentially to finishing up Sigilum first phase in a very timely manner.
Yes, and Echo just wants to make sure he's not going to even call the Tomb Break, I think. French Nano, though, a little bit behind on the first phase, but the Tomb Break, if he chooses to use it, should be enough to get the first phase done. The stagnates on Lene, try to go for the parry, not going to be the most clean dodge in the world. It's going to get clipped a little bit there, and the first phase will be done for French Nano, following behind Echo.
Exactly. Okay, back to Fresh Nano. It's going to be another chance for him to try to catch up, but right now it's seemingly unlikely because Equer, I'm pretty sure, is already in the second phase of Sigilum way before. But here's come the moment for the perfect dodge, but he actually gonna lose Amy here. Oh, no way. Oh, we can see the expression from Equer straight away. Now it's only Monet and Linne remains. Back to Fresh Nano. The all three still standing, and this could be a light of hope at the end of the tunnel for him.
This is not a head-to-head reminder against ladies and gentlemen, but for Equer, this is the worst situation. As I say, you don't want Lene and Monye to be fighting Sigilum by themselves. They're good as an engine, but as the main character, not so much. And Equer, I think, is gonna forfeit this run after losing Lene. For French Nano, he just going ham. Oh my word, because Equer just have a huge lead in HP. He's already passing the ultimate phase of Sigilum 2.
Exactly. All right, another Toon Break ready to be triggered. Let's see how Linne can help with the build up here, definitely. But oh, that's so unfortunate because right now with these sessions, it's going to force him go into the dodge instead, and then quick swap back into once again, it's going to be Amy here with the Toon Break being triggered. Instead, with another Liberation coming in her Exo suit, that's going to be a huge chance for Fresh Nano to potentially finishing off Sigilum in this run.
Yes, just needs to dodge right now. Is on the defensive stat. It's aiming it again. He has to dodge it. If he doesn't, he dies. He did perfectly there for French Nano. And again, now it's time for the chain. Once again, just keep switching form when it's applicable. Just going in, holding it up. And here comes the blade. Here comes the Heaven 4-8 coming in. Clutch here, coming in strong. Not clutch just yet.
Yep.
But the timing though, 30 seconds before reaching the 3-minute mark, has to burst a lot of damage here against Sigilum. He's on a staggered form here, French Nano with Monnier. The Liberation coming up. He's got to deal some damage, and they come in with a motorcycle. It's going to be the stagger phase is over. The prismatic overdrive from the Ney. A chance to do something now.
Yep.
Here we go, Sigilum. Tomb
Nice.
Break is available. Good dodge here. Just dancing around Sigilum. Just like it's a party on Friday. Just keep going strong here. Switching back into Amiot. Just going ham. The Liberation is going to deal how much damage here? A lot.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, definitely we see it already. That's just quite a lot of fusion damage here. And
Oh,
Fresh
oh,
Nano,
no, no.
oh, you have to also watch out as well. Sigilum, I believe his back is
This
against the
is
wall. But the same can be said for Fresh Nano. And with Amy's Liberation, Fresh Nano would gain the upper hand with the first time attempt completion. The timing though, I still think there's still a room of improvement for the Thai representative. And what the
Yes.
heck?
We cut into the front of AS Esports studio right here as we see Camellia with a Rover cosplay here. Yes, this is real. This is not fake. This is
Live reaction here, of course, paying some
Wow.
respect. Camellia making her way all the way to Thailand, of course, being the menace as ever. Ooh, let's see, Camellia.
she is the best girl though.
Oh, okay. I see that you say that for probably like 3 girls in Wuthering Waves by this point. Okay, then.
Yes. I mean, well, let's just say appreciate what's in front of you. I learn to appreciate people who love you, even though it's a little scary. Here we go though. The second attempt on Sigilum. French Nano holds the advantage with the completion. Meanwhile, Echoes back against the wall. He needs a completion to not be getting the 5-minute penalty here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's head straight into our second attempt against Sigilum for both French Nano and then also Equer, of course, for French Nano. He already got that 2 minutes and 49 seconds in the back. Let's see if he can top that for Equer. This is, of course, going to be in order for him to avoid the 5 minutes penalty in case he failed this attempt, and that could undermine all of the leads that he makes so far.
Yes, Echo again has a better pace, just like in the first attempt here. But as long as he doesn't get one-shot clip, it should be fine. But French Nano, when you talk about pacing here, he catching up. And this Liberation, we haven't fought it. If it deals a lot of damage, it could be proved next. Okay, here we go, neck to neck now. It's almost end of the first phase for both competitor French Nano. When you talk about the pace, it's so much better. Monnier, so close to falling, but still alive. Just still standing here.
Yeah, of course, you have to also watch out for the timing whenever you
Lenega
go for the
clip.
Liberation as well, because that can
Lenega
also
punch.
be a wind up here. And of course, Fresh Nano still narrowly dodging well.
Go with
Toon
Toon Break.
Break about to be triggered here, of course, to closing down on Sigilum first phase. Meanwhile,
we
Equer not going to waste any more time. Goes straight for the
Oh.
second one instead. All 3 resonators still remaining standing tall. So of course, with Amy Liberation once more, this could be quite a huge damage output and also consistently by him.
Well, French Nano now is on the pad that he needs to dodge this one. There we go. It's all good, but the time is going to be quite behind. Equa with the Liberation on the Amiet is going to deal half HP now. This is where he fought the last time. Can he redeem himself? Switch to Monnier just in case to be safe. But French Nano cut back to him a little bit. Has to make sure he doesn't get clipped before the 50% mark, before the ultimate.
Actually.
Hail of Swords.
Of course, but right now, I believe that Equer probably going to go straight for the entire finish here. He already learned his lesson in the first attempt. For the second time, he's probably going to make sure that he actually finishing Sigilum, although the timing going to be quite complementary alongside with Fresh Nano, and I think can be a competitive matchup once again. Right now, he's obviously on the lead here with another rotation cycles being on point, going into Amy once more. And of course, that is a lot of fusion damage here to guaranteed that he's going to finishing off this Sigilums.
Yeah, with the Tomb Break
Oh,
as
Tomb Break.
well.
That's it.
And with the Liberation, the Enhance, how much damage? 800,000. That's gotta close things up. Echo's gotta complete it in 1 minute 27 seconds.
That is so impressive.
That's almost like 1 minute ahead of French Nano in his last attempt. French Nano.
Exactly, and I'm still unsure what exactly is going on with Fresh Nano built here. As I already mentioned here, the Echo stat tunings here are all in the accounts here, and it will be up to the players to actually use the Echo tuning set and stat of their choice to comprise the team comp by both Fresh Nano and then also for Echo. But yeah, as we already talked about this one, Echo once again coming out on top from the Indonesia. It's going to be 1 minute and 27 seconds in his second attempt being locked into that leader boss. He's very impressive so far.
Yeah, both of them are very, very impressive, both French Nano and Echo, but now it's all about the time. French Nano is very strong in completing the boss, however the time here is a little bit on the slower side when you compare to Echo, but as long as you got a completion and not a 5-minute penalty, then it should be all good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, here comes on to the Nate side, switching back to Amian, trying to find a way. Oh, here we go. Now
I mean,
he
yeah.
has to dodge this.
I'm seeing a bit of an in-between move that I think that Fresh Nano is trying to proc in. I'm not certain if it whether it's for the best. Amy is once again with a liberation in as Sigilum is about to land it here, of course. They're going to hitting on onto it. And Fresh Nano would also complete his second one against Sigilum with 2 minutes of 38 seconds. Actually better than his first attempt. So we will go with this result.
The time though, French Nano is solid in clearing the boss, but right now, what's concerning him is the time, because in the first two run as well against Dreamless and Hybertia, he was a little bit on the slower side.
Yeah.
Against Lady of the Sea, he picked up the pace a lot, but now again against Sigilum, he's on the slower side, even though his comp mirror Echo in every way, shape, and form so far.
I mean, I like to give credits to rotation as well. We see the placement seems to be switching between the second and third position by Fresh Nano and Echo. But we see sometimes it is the exact same rotation. We're talking down to a T with the animation. Whenever Hyuki back is still in the early bosses run, we see Hyuki being launched in straight away, as well as everyone else here as well. I'm not sure why we're actually heading back to, but you see them already. That's Samyan Midtown for you, and in front of AS Esports Studio here, where we currently held this offline event from Bangkok, Thailand.
Yes, and we have a lot of fans here. We have a crossplay event as well, and as you can see Camellia in front, a huge mascot that we all love.
Yeah,
at least I do.
Yeah, me too, man. Okay, Dragon of Dirge into the first attempt by both Fresh Nano and then Echo straight away. I'm seeing, a mix-up here, and Echo would lost Lucilla very early on into this run here. Suddenly, this is seemingly difficult for him. Echo is just laughing it off straight away. He's very shield so far. He's the shield guy. Back to Fresh Nano, though. Hyuki also in the red zone, still trying to build up that 4 hit gauge. But with all 3 resonators remain, I think we can still expect to see him complete a run.
Let's see if this crits, because this has been the tail as all as time. It's gonna crit at 100k. I mean, it's gonna do 100k of damage. It's not the best in the world, but it's okay. It's not as bad as dealing, well, what, 96k damage?
I would agree with you on that, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, we head straight into Fresh Nano once more. We're probably still going to have to watch out for the ground AoE and also the airborne stages once more. Okay, let's see how both sides should be approaching this one. Projectiles coming in. Fresh Nano go for the perfect dodge. And he will Lord G-Star. Our potential go as well. Back into Fresh Nano once more, because right now this is looking very unlikely. I mean, of course, Lucilla and Hyuki, he can still finishing off this run, but he also needs to make sure that he get the best timing possible. Toon Break about to be triggered, but right now it seems like Dragon of the got repositioned. Have to go with the Toon Break trigger by Hyuki. Back to Echo though. All 2 resonators still remain, but with the match up being Hyuki and Chisa, I'm really looking forward to see how he would manage to come out on top.
Yeah, right now Echo has a better pace.
And Hyuki just fall as well from Echo's side.
Are you kidding me? As I was about to say that Echo has a better pace, he just fall. But French Nano, can he unleash a huge damage here? Okay, here we go. 200k on the better side, and gets it done in 1 minute and 14 seconds.
Okay, French Nano, once again, I think that whenever he managed to get himself into the groove, we can expect a very, I would say, commendable performances by him. But yeah, definitely, it seems like gonna need a lot of support from the home crowd here, as of course this tournament is being held in Bangkok, Thailand, and with French Nano being Thai representative, obviously. We already talked about just how Thai representative seems to have a very poor luck when it's come to the entire moveset of the boss as well as the crit rate here. But of course, let's head straight into our second attempt against Dragon of Dirge. It's going to be the last run on the bosses here with the Group A about to be set in stone. Echo definitely going to make sure that he actually finishing this run this time around in order to not get that 5-minute penalty.
Yes, that is very important. Oh no! French Nano Hyuki got clipped by the claws of Dragon of Dirge. And this should be the end of Fresh Nano run, especially with Chisa being pretty low. But the moment of the utility will sustain her. So this is not the end just yet, but it's going to be very difficult. Meanwhile, Equa does not relent. Hiyuki with the Liberation level 3.
Yeah.
How much damage? 300k.
Yeah, exactly. I'm currently checking out the chat box right now in YouTube. It seems like we're actually being joined by Dragon of Dirge himself, actually charming into the chat box right now. Hopefully you got your hand plenty, bro, by trying to keep up with Fresh Nano and also Equa. But yeah, definitely we have to watch out for this run here. Equa, this time, there's going to be no room for mistakes. All 3 Resonators still remaining standing tall with the ground. AoE dodge up here is going to go straight into the Liberation. Nicely done into Hyuki once more with the EI. Try to proc in all that Glacial Shot for the stack before dot burst.
There we go, and it's time for the Liberation. And with the last burst, if it goes well, it should be the end. Equa with a really good pace. That's only 54 seconds.
Exactly, and that's going to be the runtime actually getting registered into his entire leaderboard for Equa. Very interestingly, I'm seeing a lot of his run being in sub-minutes, meaning that he can actually clear them within a minute. We're looking at, I understand that potentially it is going to be a leaderboard here for him on the top, of course, for Equa, but that remains to be seen. For Fresh Nano, I think that right now it's looking slightly grim for him. Of course, he already got the timing for the second attempt being in play. Now it's all about whether he can top the timing from the first attempt.
Yes, but right now it seems unlikely as the Dragon of Dirge is still going strong, and French Nano decided to go with the Liberation right now on Lucilla.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the rotation, him by himself actually now.
Exactly.
Without Chisa anymore too. So just 1v1 against the Dragon and the world. Has the Tomb Break available. When is the good time to use it? This is just for the love of the game. And as I say that, the Claw will claim French Nano. Second attempt. And he will have a time, but the second attempt will end in failure.
Yeah, exactly. Fresh Nano, second attempts against Dragon of Dirge not going to work. And there we have it. Group A of Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive Grand Final Group Stage has been complete. All 6 participants from Southeast Asia has completed all of their runs here, all of their run times and best results being accumulated currently in the leaderboards. We're going to have to wait and see when and how exactly who will be the top 4, who making it into the playoff stage tomorrow, and who will be the 2 who have to bounce out of this competition.
We have to wait for the leaderboard to make sure, because again, some of them have penalties, some of them have the sub time, some of them are on good time, but some of them maybe just a little bit on the edge. We have to wait and see, Facepalm. Things are not, this is a very epic competition so far in Group A. We have 3 tough matches going in. Like I said, everyone has to clear the boss at least 10 times, so now 30 boss attempt at the very least.
Exactly. It has been lengthy so far. We're seeing a lot of skill plays. We're seeing a lot of plays. I would say a decision and approaches right now, in order, since considering that the pick and ban phase is not being in play here. So we're seeing all of our competitors here using the 7 best resonators in hand for them that they pick themselves with no draft bans against competitors by any means. Yeah, so that is going to be our wait, and as we're trying to see exactly how can we be sure who make it to the next round.
Facepalm, one thing that I want to say is very interesting so far today.
Right?
We have a lot of picks that are very similar, but we haven't have a mirror match like completely yet on the pick slot.
Okay. I mean, I understand that. I mean, we're talking about Equa and then Fresh Nano. We're seeing the mirror come straight away, right through and through. But when it's come to the choices, and I think that this just highlight how diverse Wuthering Waves Resonators pool is, and exactly how diverse of a team comp can be used to complete a speed run.
Yeah, people say, I think I heard some opinions online saying this is probably one of the most balanced meta in a while, actually. With right now a lot of characters being dreamed as a pretty strong. We haven't seen Sui Sui yet today.
Right.
Will we see Sui Sui?
Oh, who knows? So with that being said, but as we already mentioned, I'm not sure if I should break the surprise straight away. Let me just say this. Sui Sui is allowed for today's pick fates as well. So let's see if whether there's going to be any participants. We already see all of the picks from Group A. Nobody picked Sui Sui. But in Group B, who would have known?
Who would pick Sui Sui? If Sui Sui would be picked, why Sui Sui?
I mean, look, she's very new. I
Yes.
think that she's only been released for a couple of days before. And I think that maybe when it's come to the competitive scenes like this,
Yes.
you need comfort. You need confidence. We're talking about competing in the live offline events against hundreds of live participants, live audience watching you, practically staring at you from the crowd. So definitely this is going to be something to take into account. You're going to need the most comfortable team picks. You're going to need the most optimal rotations that you can pull off easily, considering that this is also tactical hologram difficulty 6. We see time and time again how much damage these boss can just one-shot you in an instant.
Damn, I like that snap finger there. But like you said, First Palm, it's all about comfort. Again, practice make perfect. Sometimes you try and gamble on the new character you may not have as much time tinkering with comparing to other resonators that's been out for
Not
longer.
during match, at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also curious to see whether we're going to see any sort of like a solo picks being used straight here away. It's not against the rule, but I think that with the stakes being so
Oh,
high,
I think
with
here we go.
around 20 minutes, and there we have it. It is
Wow.
going to be in this following manners here. We have the entire group results from Group A here with the best timing.
5
Yeah, by
minutes.
all of the 5 bosses being registered here. And yes, this is it. The top 4 qualified to the next round is going to be Aqua from Indonesia with a total runtime of 5 minutes and 10 seconds. That's very impressive. Erukidu from Thailand in the second place with 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Savkyo from Indonesia with a complete runtimes of 6 minutes and 31 seconds. And Fresh Nano managed to push through with a runtime of 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, and Ryoja and Phoebe will be eliminated at this tournament at 9 minutes 36 seconds and 13 minutes 17 seconds. So apologies there for earlier I said Ryoja to have a penalty on Dragon of Dirge. He did not. He completed in the first run at 1 minute and 57 seconds. But even though Phoebe will be eliminated, I have to still commend him because he has the fastest time in any bosses in Group A at Lady of the Sea at only 48 seconds. So
Yeah.
nice try to both of them.
Definitely. All props to Ryoja from the Philippines as well as Phoebe from Vietnam. They have come a very long way already. We are talking about them traveling all the way from their home countries, Philippines and Vietnam respectively,
Yes.
make it all the way to Bangkok, Thailand, and competing against the best rovers from Southeast Asia. And of course, Group A being concluded, we got our top 4s heading into the playoffs. What would it be for Group Bs? Maybe someone you're looking for, maybe Raging Z from Indonesia, maybe Futasilla, our fan favorite from Thailand as well. We'll be shown that soon after the break.
Nanonood ka, pero nice try.
In the fortress and gorges war. We lost everything we had built. And yet, in the hearts of the people, it remained home. What is broken, we fix.
I can go back to the whole floor.
What is destroyed, we rebuild. Even if the tragedy repeats time and again. Together, we will always make the same choice.
Then, from the past, we walk toward tomorrow.
Konti issue lang talaga dun. Sayang yung ano.
In the fortress and gorges war. We lost everything we had built. And yet, what is broken, we fix.
I can go back to the whole floor.
What is destroyed, we rebuild. Even if the tragedy repeats time and again. Together, we will always make the same choice.
Then, from the past, we walk toward tomorrow.
Right, welcome back. Hopefully, we're not keeping you waiting for too long. Once again, we need a breather after that intense entire Group A competition here of Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive 2026 Grand Finals, live from AS Esports Studio 3 ย่าน Midtown, Bangkok, Thailand. And definitely, Mr. Loyal, we already got our top 4 from the Group A who will proceed on to the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to be Erukidu, Savkiel, French Nado, and Aqua with Aqua finish in about 5 minutes. So
that's average of like 1 minute per boss. And we have
Yes.
Sigilum, mind you.
yes, we have Sigilum. He just burst that Sigilum down like it's nothing.
Exactly.
Anyway, the thing is about the boss here in Group B is not going to be the same with Group A. So if you guys get tired of seeing Sigilum and it reminds you of bad memories,
Huh.
maybe we're not going to see Sigilum anymore.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
we're looking at the randomized boss pool for our Group B straight away. The same rules in play here. All 6 participants from Group B already picked 7 of their best resonators personally. Okay, there's no draft and ban phase here. It's going to be the 7 best resonators in their hands of their own choices. But what is still remain unknown by them up until now is going to be the boss
bosses.
pool. And I believe we're going to cut to the boss pool real soon here in order for everyone to see straight up who do we have in store here. I'm also curious to see who knows if Sigilum would still be around or maybe it would be the entirely different stuff. And there we have it. Ooh.
It's entirely different lineup altogether. It's going to be a Sentry Construct first, followed by Lioness of Glory, Kelpie, Reactor Husk, and ended up with Fleur-de-Lis.
Fleur-de-Lis once again. All right. And I'm seeing straight away that the competitors for our first round is going to try to settle in it straight away. And I think this could be the matchup that people were looking forward to, because it's probably be amongst the region's best. Who would have known, right?
Yes.
We have Raging Z from Indonesia, champions of local Indonesian community tournaments for speed run in Wuthering Waves already. Now he's going to go up against Tan Long GTL from Vietnam.
Yes, and both of them, a reminder that they are not competing with each other directly just yet. They're competing for the best time overall in Group B. Raging Z from Indonesia and Tan Long GTL from Vietnam. They're going to start off with Sentry Construct, and we should have their draft pick coming up pretty soon. But as you know, it's probably going to be something. Oh, wait a second.
Luke Herson.
Luke Herson!
Is it the case though? Luke Herson
Is
being
it
picked
Luke
by
Herson?
Tan Long GTL, interestingly.
Oh, wow, but Luke Herson does have Lene and Monnier, so it could be.
This is entirely almost mirror draft call. Mr. Lawyer, you
Wow.
were looking for this straight away. The only difference is
Is
Lucilla and Luke Herson.
This is a gamble though, because you're not pairing Hyuki with Lucilla. Instead, you gotta go pivot and trying to diversify your portfolio. It's gonna be probably Amy Denia and either Chisa, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be Amy Denia and Chisa first competition, and the other competition is gonna be Luke with the Toon Strain plus Lene and Monnier to amplify that. So those two are probably gonna be the main composition, but he can still pivot the Luke with the Hyuki.
Exactly. I
Or
mean,
Amy too.
I mean, it's not going to be ideal, but at this point, right, there's 7 of the best resonators. I think both sides want to go with a pick of their choice. And once again, we have a mirror team call with Amy, Monnier, and Linnae being start off against Sentry Construct. Of course, being, I believe, glacial resistance, right? You're not going to see Hyuki this time around. So it's also going to be DPS check entirely, and also with the rotations by both Raging Z from Indonesia and Tan Long GTL from Vietnam.
Yeah, Sentry Construct, Glacial Resist, so we're not going to see Hyuki here to start off. It's going to be the wheelchair with Amiet, and it's going to be the Toon Rupture mechanic.
Exactly.
It's going to do this it's DPS check, like Facebomb just said, because both of them have the same competition.
Yeah,
so
but I think Tan Long just lost
Uh-oh.
Amy, and he's just going to
Yeah, that's
forfeit this run straight away. Oh my days, it's not looking real good for him. Alright, for Raging Set though, all still going quite well there. That's a lot of damage against
is a
Sentry
lot of
Construct here. This is to his most optimum here. Gonna go for Moni straight away, trying to switching right in. Of course, being airborne right now, the ground AoE from Sentry Construct will be entirely cancelled out. So now the bursting coming right in as well.
More
Trying
than-
to get it
oh, no.
ready. Oh, the intros, that's quite risky move. And I think Amy's got clipped once as well. Still gonna try to chase him down. And the finishing is inside for Raging Set since the very first clear run time here. And of course, we're gonna try to go with a slice and dice in the mid-air once more. Mixed up with
Wow.
Linnae, and Raging Z
100K.
would complete the first ever attempt against Sentry Construct with a clear time of 46 seconds.
Yo, I think that's the fastest time we've seen today.
Yeah, he's not a champion of Indo community for nothing. Raging Z.
Wow. Earlier we had a little bit of a moment where our hearts dropped down. Like our heart literally sank
With
because
Amy,
Lene,
right?
yeah, with Amy and Lene got clipped a little bit, but both of them are fine at this moment. A good start here for Raging Z. Tan Long GTL is not the end. He still have the second chance, but he needs to make this one count to not get the 5-minute.
Actually, yes, and I'm really looking forward to see how Tan Long would come out on top on this one. But when it's come to the entire runtime right now, as we will try to give you guys remark once again, these two are not going against each other per se. They're trying to accumulate the best runtime of their own for the personal record in order to create a standings on the leaderboards here in Group B.
Yes, and the second attempt against Sentry Construct, still gonna go with the same composition, yes. The only difference is the slot with the put Lene and Monnier with 2 to 3 and 3 to 2 and 2 respectively. In the term of DPS right now, Raging Z and Tan Long GTL are kind of very close in the rotation, and yeah, they're just going with the Liberation straight with the Resonation skill to switch up the form from mech to the human form. And Tan Long GTL would go for the level 3 Revelation to deal a lot of damage. They're going neck and neck right now. Raging
Actually.
Z, another Revelation He has the lead. This should deal a lot of damage.
Ooh. That was easily almost 500 chaos of damage here, and Raging said, I think he have all the options to catch up from the Sentry Construct airborne phases here.
Wait,
and
he
he of
missed.
course is going to try to go for the lead once again. Maybe try to top that 46 seconds one time in the first attempt. Who knows for Tan Long? This is going to be the first time that he can actually register himself on the board here instead. Coming in with the holding attack from Linne for entry into the Toon Break once more. Maybe potentially for the Toon Ruptures. That going to complement so well with Amy's here. Choose to go for the mix-up instead. 44! And Reggie said actually topping his first attempt runtime of 46 to 44. That's 2 seconds off. All eyes on Tan Long GTL from Vietnam now. I still think that he can run this through. Tan Long GTL also complete this.
Is it sub 1? It is still sub 1 from Tan Long GTL. So a very fast Sentry Construct run for both of our competitors. It's going to be 44 seconds and 51 seconds. The pressure is on the rest.
Yeah.
But now, let's move on to Lioness of Glory. This, though, is a fusion resist. So
no longer Amy's, but both of them got Hyuki, though. I think that this is going to be a different makers and maybe quite favorable for like when it's considering the boss lineups and also the resonator that's their pick beforehand actually.
The thing is, Tan Long GTL has Luke Hudson.
Oh, would he just go straight for that though?
Has a chance, but Lioness of Glory need to be careful with the slashes. A lot of chain attack, so
exactly.
you need to be on point with your dodge.
All right, we're heading straight into our second boss. Straight away is going to be Lioness of Glory, and both sides entering with almost identical team comp. Once again, we're seeing the difference between Linne and then Lucilla.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward because we still see a very identical rotation when it comes to the liberation timing.
Yes, and to start off, you can see the pacing is going to be on match, and the rotation is also going to be on match with each other. The liberation coming off at almost the same time for both of our competitors. With Lucilla, you get more of the glacial damage and glacial shaft. Meanwhile, with Linne, again, the engine with the Toon Break. A really solid synergy with Chisa as well.
Exactly.
Not as much as Monier, but it's still out of this world. With Chisa, it's really complementing Hyuki too. So, yes, that is really good. 400k damage from Tan Long GTL. I didn't catch how much damage that Raging Cell was doing.
Actually, yeah, this is looking very good for both sides here though for Tan Long. So we're going to go over the moment of Nihility straight away. I think he got pushed though by Lioness of Glory. You have to watch out for the positioning as well. And here's come the Pendulum Axe here. This moveset is going to be the one to look out for Tan Long. I think he can still manage to dodge them quite well here. And just go with the intro from Linne once more, closing in on the distance here. Straight up with Prismatic Overdrive once again. And that's going to be the perfect setup for Hyuki.
Yeah, both of them going neck to neck in damage right now and stay alive under the Pendulum Axe 2. And Tan Long GTL waiting right this moment. Has to be patient. Okay, nice dodge so far from Tan Long GTL.
Exactly.
While Raging said also matching up neck and neck. Tan Long has the HP lead. The time though, it's neck to neck. Raging said gets the stacker. Tan Long didn't get the stacker yet. So now it's opportunity for Raging Set to take the lead on the HP bar. As you can see, 5 seconds overlap for both of them. Hyuki level 3. The liberation from Raging Set. How much damage? It's gonna be 100 damage on Tan Long GTL. What happened, Facepalm?
Exactly, he's doing so well, and right now he's probably gonna go for the crit away, but it doesn't crit though. Raging Set is right behind him. Jisa with moment of nihility once more, and it's gonna be a very timely one. Potentially, Tan Long GTL already finishing this boss. Raging Set potentially right behind him. All will be determined on the run time.
Oh, it doesn't end yet though for Raging Set.
Oh, no
Has
way.
to be careful with the time. It's gonna be wasted a little bit, but still a good time nonetheless. For Raging Set, it's gonna be 1 minute and 20. Wait a second, is it faster?
No, actually, Tan Long is faster by 3 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, 4. It's 1 minute and 18 seconds for him. I think after seeing both performances, we can already expect to see him in the top 4. No jinx.
No jinx. Let's see until the end of today.
Yeah,
if
of course.
will jinx this again.
I mean, yeah, okay, look, we are seeing the match up, both Raging Set and Tan Long actually like going up against each other at the same time, right? It's a split screen, but they're not competing against each other.
No,
okay?
they do not.
It's about their personal best time. And I think right now they're doing brilliantly so far.
Yes, both of them are being brilliant at this moment and sticking with the same composition. It's going to be the Glacial Wheelchair and it's going to be Hyuki Wheelchair and Hyuki Glacial Shaft. Now, the thing is the timing. They do really good already, but the crit at the last moment doesn't hit for both of them. So, the thing is, if it crits, it could even be faster.
Exactly. All right, and these team breaks, but which will be triggered at the very identical timing here. Yuki once more gonna slice and dice. I think Tan Long got a bit better upper hand here with how long he can freeze Linus of Glory though. So for Raging Set, they're trying to chaining in the
Now
combo
the
once
heavy
more,
attack.
going for the inputs here. Of course, with the Liberation about to be proccing him. I think Tan Long currently, if the rotations are identical, I believe he's getting upper
400K.
hand. And also that crit. Meanwhile, for Raging Set, the same. I'm
Not
not
as
sure if
much.
the same can be said. Yeah, exactly. All right, heading into Chisat once more for Moment of Nihility by Tan Long. That's going to be another damage and also a lot for the Stagger Gate as well to break a Linus of Glory moveset. But right now, the Pendulum Axe coming in once again for Raging Set is going to follow through. He's not even have the visual of the axe here. This is crazy by Raging Set.
A really, really, really incredible performance right now for both of them. Raging Zed and Tan Long. I think Raging Zed has a little bit of advantage when you look at the time, but like I said again, this is not a head-to-head against each other. It's all about making the best time, but both of them can be used as a benchmark to who is going to be faster. Raging Zed, just wait for the moment to unleash. Oh, Yuki got hit a little bit. Oh no, just got busted down. One shot away. Raging Zed would not have Yuki to finish his second attempt. Meanwhile, Tan Long has Shiza on the slimiest of HP. I'm not sure how much is that deep in the red zone. Tan Long is probably going to finish it after the liberation, just for the style.
Exactly. Raging Set though still losing Chisa as well. Potentially he's about to give up here. I'm seeing he already left his left hand away from the keyboard. And there we have it.
1
Tan Long
minute 14.
GTL. That's actually better.
Faster.
Yeah, faster
If
by
you need
4
to
seconds.
access your
And
own or another
definitely
user's,
Tan Long is gonna
go
lock
ahead
in
and
that
open up
1
your
minute and
Discord
14
app.
seconds
From here,
into
come down
his
and click on the
leaderboard.
profile icon in the
Meanwhile,
bottom
for
right.
Raging Set,
Now come up and
still
click on the
commendable,
settings
still
icon
looking
in the
pretty
top
safe
right,
with
which
1
brings
minute
up
and
this menu.
22
Scroll down quite a
seconds.
bit
As
until you
much
see
as
it
four
bounced
right now.
under app
Yeah,
settings.
there we have
And
it.
if we
Sui
click
Sui.
on this,
As we
Oh
already
no!
What are you talking about, man?
Oh,
yeah, as
no.
you already see here, AS Esports Studio here, we are pretty much like an internet cafe, right? And
Yes,
right
yes.
now, every single PC
If you
in
need
this
to
premise
until you see
is
it bounced
moving
under
waves.
app
So
settings.
definitely, this is
And if
another
we
offline events here for you guys to check out. Of course, Sui Sui, our new characters, and also to test out your accounts on a high-end gaming
click
PC.
on this,
Yes,
you'll see
it is a
developer
really
mode
high-end
at the
PC.
top. We'll
I
go ahead and
played,
toggle this
yeah.
on, and you'll see
Well,
it turns
once or
purple with a
twice,
tick beside
and
it.
it
Wonderful.
was
Now we'll press the back arrow twice
that
at
you
the top
cannot
left,
look away
and
from.
then press the home
I
icon
wish I
at the
had
bottom
powers,
left.
man.
From
But
here,
we
you can
go.
simply
Tan Long
click on a
GTR and
person's
Raging
profile
Set
like
going on to
so,
KLP.
and then
A
click on the
little
3
bit of a
dots in the
composition
top
change
right.
for both of
Now
them.
you'll see
Tan
an
Long
option
GTR
to
is gonna
copy
go with
user
the
ID.
ambient, and
It
the
says
main
copied
action is
ID
gonna
at the
go
top.
with the mirror. It's going to be the mirror fusion burst with Amiet, Dania, and Shisa on both of them.
Exactly. Raging Set though, I'm still seeing like quite a bit of I would rather say the way that he managed to deal with Kelpai here has been already prominent since the Southeast Asian qualifiers. So I'm really wanting to see what would be his options when trying to deal with this clone here instead. Meanwhile, for Tan Long still standing strong, but I believe that the Nia is currently half HP down. So Chainsaw Mode is coming right in as well, trying to closing in on the distance against Kelpai once more. He's gonna ignore the threat entirely, go for Moment of Nihility, slice and dice, and potentially try to cut down the stagger gauge quite fast.
It's all about the rotation. It's all about how much damage you can sustain. Tan Long is gonna go almost the stagger, while Raging Set already got that opportunity. Meanwhile, this is a chance for Tan Long with the Nia liberation. Here we go. Could he break it? Could he ties things up in the HP moment? Here we go. Raging Set. Oh wait, it just got hit. Not exactly. Amos still has the opportunity to deal a lot of damage. The liberation comes in. So are now going for more and more damage. Switch to the Nia. Her liberation, her switching form coming right up. And this should be opportunity for Raging Zed to close this one out. Tan Long is behind on time. Wait a second, Amy just died.
Yep.
And I don't know if that will be the end of his run. Raging Zed still going strong. The Nia will do a lot of damage by herself. And that will be it for Raging Zed. In about 1 minute and 4 seconds. Tan Long GTL with the liberation. 200k will follow up pretty soon. And it's gonna be 1 minute 11 seconds.
Exactly, that is actually better. But Raging Set though, I believe, I'm not sure about the entire feats here as well. We're probably gonna have to watch out here, but of course with both sides already complete Kelpie, we can expect that the second attempt will only be for courtesy. I think for Raging Set right now, he's very composed. He knows what's in store for him. He knows that right now, just being able to finishing out all of the 5 bosses in such a timely manner can already potentially cemented his place in the top 4. So now it's all about like just trying to top their own performances. Raging Set from Indonesia, Tan Long GT out from Vietnam.
And But the thing is, when you are ahead, when you're the first one, you not only that you are the first, you are the trendsetter, but also you set the scene for the other competitors. But the other competitors in this group, we have Ishtik, Futasilla, Semias, and MCW. All of them are formidable opponents as well. So you need to make second count. Still going for the same competition, the mirror against Kelpai. And let's just say, because well, Kelpai has Glacial and Arrow Desist, so you cannot go Hiyuki here if you want to make the best time. And Talon decided to not go with Look as well, trying to save the Lene and Monye or Chisa for Hiyuki.
Actually, yeah, but right now I think Raging Set is doing very good against the second attempts here with Kelpai, and I think with momentum, the
Wow.
is about to be chaining into Amy's once more. Back to Chisa, quick swap again and again. Amy's, Chisa, back into Amy's, and right now Raging Set can potentially close in this one and top his timing. I think that's sub-minute.
It should be something, but how fast is it? 35 seconds! That's the
my
fastest
days.
I've seen today. Meanwhile, Talon CDL still has a lot of momentum going in. The time is still good, not bad at all. The pacing is top notch. Here comes the liberation, and the blade fall from the sky to heaven for Idik. Coming in with 200k twice, which should close this one out in 5 minutes as well. 55 seconds. But the timing from Raging Set is just absurd. Still, both times we put on both of them clocks.
Exactly. All right. As we already mentioned, this is going to be a leaderboard competition. This is a group stage currently. All 6 participants in Group B will have to draft 7 of their best resonators, not in a draft manners where they actually have to draft and balance with their opponents here. These two, once again, Raging Set and Fan Long, is not going up against one another. They're just trying to accumulate the best timing from the best result against all the 5 bosses in this series in order to make sure that their standings in the leaderboards is top 4.
The thing is, the next matchup, the next boss that both of them have to go against is Reactor Husk. Fusion Resist.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. All right, we have to wait and see, because Reactor Husk, I'm really curious to see whether we would see Luke Hersen being picked on by Falun GTL or not. I think he's still going to be unfazed as of now. He knows for a fact that, okay, being I'm going to match up on stage with Raging Set, that's probably going to be a tough competition, but luckily, this is all about himself. Falun can just focus on his own timing, and it's looking very bright so far.
You don't have your opponent right now. The only opponent is yourself.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of like TikTok audios going on right now where, hey, you passed the first stage. The next stage, your opponents, yourself.
But here we go, though. They're not gonna come in just yet on the Reactor Husk, but I like the composition of Talon GTL. Probably gonna go Hiyuki though, but I would love to see Luke Hudson because I haven't seen Luke Hudson today.
Yeah, exactly. And as you guys can see here, all of our participants, all of the 12 finalists, 10 from Southeast Asia and also from Thailand here as well, will receive a very limited 4 players only, the jackets. You see that? Check that out.
Check that out. The holographic Overdrive, the Wuthering Wave,
AS Esports as well.
AS Esports logo is pretty exclusive. You cannot get those anywhere else. The Reactor Husk coming right up. How is it going to be? It's going to be the wheelchair for Talon GTL. It's not going to be the wheelchair for Raging Set. It's going to be the same composition used against the Lioness of Glory. It's going to be the Hiyuki and Lucilla.
Exactly. Heading into our 4th bosses coming right up here. I think we can still looking for both side completion here, definitely, but Red Blade coming right in. And I think I really like Raging Set options as to find intro from Yuki as an entry point instead. And freezing, we have to have totally. Meanwhile, for Fan Long, will choose to go for the Toon Break instead. And he's going to be very close in the behind when it comes to the run rate here. But the Stacker Gauge is about to be depleted. And that we have another opportunities for conversion by Fan Long from Vietnam.
Yeah, but Raging Set quite ahead in the HP. That's going to be 300k. How about Talon? How much damage is it going to do? It's going to be 200k. So neck to neck. A little bit behind, but still good pace. And Raging Set get the stagger as well. The HP is less than 50%. Gotta be careful when a Reactor has to go on the offense here though. So right now is the opportunity for you to dish out as much damage as possible. Here comes the fireball. Talon CDL needs to be the one on defense, but nice gap close here for Lene. Has the prismatic overdrive. Gonna do quite a ton of damage. Meanwhile, Raging Set, just one more rotation should seal the deal. This is gonna be sub 1 minute again from Raging Set. is anyone going to top this time ever?
Exactly 43 seconds is what it takes for a Raging Set to finishing off Reactor Hawks. All eye on Fan Long now though.
Still
right
good
now,
time.
yeah, still is good time. And I still think he can finishing this one in a very satisfiable time here. We see straight away how well Raging Set can time and sort of like guarantee the freezing on Reactor Hawks in order to guarantee the combo extension by his Hyuki. Meanwhile for Fan Long, I'm seeing a bit of a mix-up in between as well. That's quite a lot of damage there with 356 thousand of damages here, and it would be 1 minute and 1 second for his clear time.
Anywhere else, this is a good time, but well, when you compare it to Raging Z, he's just on another level at this current moment. But Dan Long should be satisfied with this time. It is still a really good time against Reactor Husk. On their second attempt though, can he push it even more?
Exactly. Ooh, Raging Set. I think it's going to be very tough to top that 35.
Wait, what happened?
I think he's just trying to change the team comp potentially. But okay, we're heading straight into a way. Raging Set already trying to stick into this team comp in right now. And he's trying to make sure that he make the most out of it instead. So Hyuki is going to be used here instead. And I think that right now we're probably going to have to go for both as well with San Long. Maybe some sort of switch up here.
No, it's not. It's the same composition.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a little bit of a misunderstanding moment. I'm not sure. But right now, let's focus on the game. Is Raging Set with a lot of damage. 10 seconds advantage though. So let's see how Tan Long's going to catch up. The Liberation coming in. The second phase, 300k again. 382,000 damage. Meanwhile, Tan Long GTL catching up, not far behind. And here comes the moment of nihility from Raging Z. The stagger down on the Reactor Husk as well. I don't think he's going to be on defense at this current moment when Raging Z can just keep piling on the pressure. Lucilla with the liberation of her own. Just a bit more before switching to Hyuki, and it should seal the deal. But as I say that, Lucilla just falls.
Oh,
And now on defense now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think right now with the timing, I've seen Raging Set just put his hand in the pocket straight away, knowing that he couldn't top that 35 seconds. There's no more point in trying. He's just gonna forfeit this run, unfortunately. But now all eyes on Fan Long. Let's see if he can actually top that 1 minute and 1 second from his first attempt.
Yeah, he has time and needs to be careful on this moment. He almost got caught on, and Hyuki going for the liberation, trying to catch them while invincible. This is a good opportunity to do damage, and Reactor Husk is freezing. Not the time for Reactor Husk to be on offense, but here we go. Hyuki just keeps slashing and slashing. If it crits well, it's gonna be well. The liberation. How much damage is it going to be? 300k, not going to be enough, but Lene coming in with a motorcycle. Chisa as well with a moment of agility would be it. Ooh. I think it just a similar amount of time. 1 minute exactly.
Okay, 1 minute off. Based on the first attempt as well, runtime on the first attempt is just 1 minute and 1 second. So it will be locked in at 1 minute on his second attempt here. Nicely done by Fan Long, still trying to make the most out of the opportunities being given to him to register the best time.
Again, both of them start off pretty strong for Group B. This is going
to from Indonesia.
Send ko lang to sa talo.
Who herself has arrow resist. Thankfully, none of them bring Shigika. So, well, yeah, it's gonna be fine. They can pick anyone, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's also interesting to see that with when no longer draft bans being in play, we're seeing straight up mainly 3.0 characters being the main options for pretty much every single competitors here.
Bring me Luke. There we go. Here comes the Lukerson coming in for Talon GTL. Meanwhile, Raging Z is gonna go for the wheelchair composition as well, perhaps. Yes, it's gonna be the wheelchair with Amy. Meanwhile, Talon GTL, I don't think he can use the name anymore, so he's gonna go with the Mia and Lukerson. The composition still okay, still solid, I would say. So it's going to be a race about time.
Exactly. For Raging Z though, okay, once again in with Amy's liberations here. The timing is quite going neck to neck here. I'm really curious to see how with the two variables and Luke Hersen against Amy being on play here. Fan Long seemingly Luke Hersen is his special, and with his positioning currently in the meta, we can expect a very satisfiable clear time by the Vietnamese.
Yes, and Luke Hersen again really good in a single target boss. As you can see, Philly here is one of those situations. And now on the rotation to the supporting pass. Now the Nia switching form. Now it's time for the Berserk. Coming in with a lot of damage. The Liberation coming in with the second phase. Still deal a lot of damage by herself. Stagger coming in for both of them. Luke Carson flying from the air. Has the Liberation on command. Just wait for a little bit of time. Has the Toon Break as well. And now Luke Carson submitted. He just got a slow-mo aura farm.
Yeah, there we have it. 50 seconds against Fleur-de-Lis by Thalong GTL. That is why he picked Luke Hersen straight up.
500K.
Exactly. And back to Raging Set, though, of course, going to be right behind.
my
And actually,
word!
with the better timing, even with 47 seconds. I think for Thalong, I understand that he's very good position right now, but every second counts. And if we already
Yes.
see from both attempts against the last boss, for him, everything is going to count, and he also going to wants to make sure that he get the best timing into that leaderboard.
Indeed. Right now, though, the first run is pretty solid. The second run, they're gonna go with the same composition. We see how much damage Luke Carson can do, and the Nia by herself already a pretty formidable resonator. And now starting off with Monye with the Liberation. We're Raging Set's gonna be Lene. Thalong still sticking with Monye right now, switching to the Nia, switching form right here and now. With the time that she will deal a lot of damage. Toon Break before we will switch to Luke pretty soon. We need to use the Liberation first. Here we go. Here comes Luke flying down. Meanwhile, Raging Set has the Liberation of his own as well. Luke Carson and Amy on the main DPS role, just cooking, just shifting. And look at Luke Carson just flying around the air and rewritten in the winter's margins. Gonna deal a lot of damage too. And Raging Set a little bit ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have to also watch out for all this stagger gauge as well, because that's going to be the main opportunity for Raging Set to do the conversion. But Thalong though still trying to put all this input into the Toon Break here as well, and I'm not entirely sure how would that contribute to the entire setups for him. But meanwhile, stagger gauge being procced already. The Nia currently on field right now, coming into the Liberation once again. So of course, there could be another burst there where she could actually go for the Luke Hersen intro instead, going airborne, slice and dice once again. Raging Set still remain in the lead, but still all have to be seen as we heading into another session, another cycle for Amy.
Both Liberation coming in for both main DPS here. Here we go, the Chain Liberation from Raging Set. This should end 500k. Thalong also in as well, 54 seconds. How about Raging Set? 47 seconds.
Oh, straight away the exact same time. And that's going to conclude this series. Both sides, such a brilliant performances. I think that time is looking very bright in the top 4 contest in the Group B.
Yes, the time right now for both of them is very, very solid. And that will be our two first competitor who showcase their ability here. The next one would be Instic from Indonesia and Fudasila from Thailand. So another pair of Indonesia and Thai will be coming up on stage next.
After the break.
Yes, sir. Well, not yet. I guess.
Oh, is that so?
No.
Follow the wind's lead. Winds on me! Strike the wicked! Gone with the wind!
Gigabytes of
Data.
Still serious, if you add on the shipment stock.
Time flees over the fort like a kite in the wind. Though bygones echo unceasingly, the lands guarded to stay serene. By the stream, weaving chaos into harmony. By the flame blazing trails to be free. By the keen blades drawn from heartstrings.
And we are back here. Wuthering Waves, Holographic, Overdrive 2026 Grand Finals, Group Stage, Group B. Second showcase for
Exactly.
today.
Of course, it's going to be another huge matchup coming right up here as well. We already see the display of Raging Zed from Indonesia and then Thalong GTL from Vietnam already. Now it's going to be another Indonesian representative in Instinct going up against Thai players and someone who I think that has gathered quite a lot of fans from the Thailand qualifier broadcast there, which is going to be Futasilla.
Yes, Futasilla coming in today. So we need to talk a little bit more about Futasilla. His style of play really, really nice as well. His matchup throughout the tournament is top top notch here. But right now, it's all about speed.
Exactly, of course. We already see what Futazilla could have done with a pretty much, I would say, a very unfavorable team comp, but that was only during the draft ban phase in the qualifiers, right? Currently, and if he is what was meant to make it to the playoffs tomorrow, it would also mean that he would have to make the most out of the 7 picked resonators that he can already draft straight away without any bans from his competitors.
Indeed, indeed. I'm trying to see if we can have detailed information about the draft pick here. As you can see, if it is live, then I think on the stage is right behind us, you can see.
Yeah.
We're live here at AS Esports Studio. We're not online, somewhere in some forgotten island.
So I've got a
Yeah,
few
as well as AS
Christmas
Esports
bonuses.
Studio. That's why we can see Camellia up in front. The admins, as some of you
Exactly,
may say.
and we also have to wait and see because I believe that the tournament is about to coming up real soon here instead. So yeah, let's head into our matches straight up.
เดิมในกรุ๊ป B นะครับกรุ๊ปเดียวกันเจอบอสเหมือนกันออเดอร์เดียว
Whoa!
But Sui is not in action yet.
Yeah, not in action yet. One of the pick resonators here, one of the 7 for Instinct choose to go straight away. This is currently an identical team comp here straight up with Instinct from Indonesia and Futazilla from Thailand.
Indeed, indeed. Here we go. Start off with the Sentry Construct. Again, it's going to be the Fusion team. It's going to be the Fusion wheelchair with Amiet and the Monye and the Ney. Now, the thing is, Sentry Construct is Glacial Resist. We have AoE, a lot of AoE damage. So it's all about how much damage Amiet can do in the Liberation.
Exactly. All right. Yeah, definitely. Both sides still managed to do on point so far when it comes to the, I would say, the dodge phases. But Instinct, of course, going to dish up all this damage straight away. And I think that we can expect a closing down real soon with intro coming in from the Monet one as well. It's going to be quite close, though, with Slice and Dice from Futazilla into Monet once again. And, of course, this Toon Break will be the end for Instinct, finishing off Sentry Construct in the first attempt. And with a clear time of 33 seconds.
37!
Oh,
Look
my.
at Instinct, he just dancing!
Whoa.
He's just dancing on the camera. He's just vibing there. This is not a neck-to-neck, head-to-head. Everybody just one more time. But that was insane time still for Instinct. Meanwhile, Futazilla, 37 seconds for him is also out of this world.
Exactly. And, oh, he seems to have a really good time here. Instinct coming all the way from Indonesia, going up against Futazilla. Let's see how this one would turn out in the second attempt. But I think the time would be so hard to be topped by both sides.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite hard, but it's not outright impossible. Let's see if they have even more luck with the crit chance. Futazilla right now in the Monye side of the rotation. Instinct moving on to Lene. And Futazilla with a prismatic overdrive on the Lene skin. Very beautiful. Here we go. Instinct with the liberation coming in as well.
Exactly. Back into Futazilla first, though, because I think that he tried to make the most out of this time as Sentry Construct is currently like being interrupted, so we're gonna have to head back to Instinct once as well. Oh, the blade is coming right up here as well, just to go for the liberations from
no!
straight away. And yes, exactly what I'm talking about. The wind-ups during the liberation could be the end spell and also the guaranteed death for most of the team comp here, and Instinct would lose his Amy.
Yeah, but Instinct still confident in Lene and Monye as long as the have Toon Break maybe has a chance. Futazilla is going ham, just going strong again, the same rotation. The same moment, the execution is out of this world. Monye switching into Amiet should be ending it with this switcheroony.
Exactly, but I think the runtime could be certainly behind Instinct, of course, would fail his second attempt. And for Futazilla, it would be way behind his first attempt here. So it would be 37 seconds for Futazilla, being locked into his leaderboard, as well as 33 seconds by Instinct.
Yeah, you can see Futazilla earlier check his head. He's not happy, even though he clocked in 44 seconds. It was slower than his first attempt, so it was unfortunate. But the timing and the rotation is on point, so it's a little bit of the timing issue. It's unfortunate, but it's still a really, really good time. I think we have the tight group now, the Group B, the very competitive group.
Okay. I'm seeing Instinct shows Prey sometimes, maybe like he makes some mistakes on the boss pools. Yeah, but of course he tried to recompose himself. Of course, he's already doing so well with the first attempts against Sentry Construct. 33 seconds will be what is being locked into the leader boss instead, which is, I think, very promising. If I remember correctly, actually rating set was 35.
Has to go back again, but Raging has a really
Yeah,
good
very
time.
good time as well.
And we see Sui Sui in action!
Yeah, okay, Sui finally going to be used for the first time ever in Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive by Futazilla from Thailand. Instinct though, Tristu still going with this rotation of Jisa, Lucilla, and then Hyuki. I'm really curious about the way that he lines up all the slots here in the 1, 2, and 3 as well. Back to Futazilla first, so let's see how well can Sui help with the Glacial Shaft DOT burst.
Yeah, we already used the Liberation for Sui Sui to start things off. It gives a lot of buff, especially as well to the Glacial Shaft. So it's all about the stacking, it's all about the damage over time. Who can burst more? Instinct just bursts a lot with the Liberation of his own, with Momentum Nihility. Futazilla coming in with the Liberation. How much damage is going to do? 200,000 damage. It's neck to neck right now. The time's almost the same too with Futazilla and Mystic. Mystic moving on to the Lucilia and her Liberation. Futazilla rotated back to Sui Sui. Sui Sui doesn't have that long rotation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to help a lot with the timing here for Futazilla. We already see how well we can do with the quick swap team comp. Meanwhile, for Instinct, has to deal with this session from Lioness of Glory. Currently, it's going to be another hard one to actually pass by because that's going to cost him quite a lot of time. Still managed to dodging all quite well so far, but got Blast instead. And Hiyuki still managed to remain with the red sword of an HP, and of course should go into Liberation straight away. Back into Futazilla, he's currently going very steady here. The Realm already being deployed by Sui Sui right now, but right now with Lioness of Glory being on air, this can be also quite a waste by him.
Yeah, gotta lose some time there, but Instinct has. Oh no! Hiyuki just got burst down. Now it's only Shisa and Lucilla left. Futazilla with 3 Resonators standing strong. Hiyuki, Lucilla, and Sui Sui. Oh, wait a second. Someone just got put in very low HP. It's Hiyuki. Switching back to Hiyuki for a moment. It has the Liberation ready. If you can burst this really well, it could be the lifeline. The Futazilla needs the amount of damage. How much is that? 100k only.
How come the Stagger Gauge haven't fallen down yet for Futazilla, though? Could go for it straight away with the Toon Break triggered by Hyuki. Going in straight for Lucilla instead. And still, we have to go for this snapshot here as well for Instinct. Have to try to push for the lead here, of course, with Momentum Nihility being deployed already. The parry bow coming right in as well. And finally, Lioness of Glory being interrupted. This is another chance of him for conversion.
Yeah, and Futazilla still have much more time. The HP for the Lioness of Glory is neck to neck. Oh no! I'm not sure if Hyuki falls there. Sui Sui coming in with the Liberation at the exact right moment of time. Switching back to Hyuki.
She landed on her feet the first time. For the second time, that's not going to be so fortunate. But of course, with Lucilla being installed, Futazilla with finishing this run with a clear time of 1 minute and 53 seconds. Meanwhile, for Instinct, it would be 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Neck and neck again, these two. When they make time, it's just pretty close with each other. And we see Sui Sui in action for the first time in Mono Glacier. The Glacial combo.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can still expect to go for the second attempts against Lioness of Glory, right? We haven't gone through that yet. I think the Futazilla probably have some room of improvements that he already going to focus on in his second run. Meanwhile, for Instinct, I still going quite steady well. I think that the timing of 2 minutes and 7 seconds is really commendable. But we already see from Group A, the leaderboards here, just how a close margin it can take between one of the boss run results to actually affect your standings and could potentially send you to be dead last in the 2 places where you have to bow out of the competition today.
The thing is, Facepalm, in Group A, you still have some image on who's gonna qualify,
right?
And who's on the verge of falling down. In Group B so far, I know this is not even second showcase yet. The second round is not even over. You still don't know who's coming through.
Exactly. I think the time is going to be very, very close here.
Wow.
Let's see how this one turns out here. Of course, here we have Instinct from Indonesia. Still remain as composed and light spirit as ever. I think he's ready to go for the second attempt straight away. Meanwhile, for Futazilla, of course, from Thailand himself. He's actually like got shot down in the lower grand finals, actually, for the Thailand qualifiers. But of course, because one of the Southeast Asia competitors actually have a passport problem and cannot travel and have to withdraw. Therefore, Futasilla from the Thailand qualifiers will receive the call-up.
Yes, indeed. Two cases here for the qualifier. There will be two Thais that qualify in place of the Southeast Asia qualifier. It's stated in the rules.
Exactly.
With the timing and everything. Now for the Scylla, starting off again with the same competition, Sui Sui with the Liberation to start things off. Now it's Hiyuki's turn to dancing around and do damage. Instinct, however, Hiyuki is on the lower end of the HP, but not in the tough situation quite yet. Tool Break coming in, and the Liberation should deal a boatload of damage. How much is that going to be? 300k.
Exactly. That's quite a lot as well. But right now, I think that the two are very close when it comes to the run rate against Linus of Glory. For Instinct, though, going to be Vegeta trying to chase him in with another scissor combos into the Chainsaw Monster, raided instead away with the plunging attack. That's going to be the mix-up that he needs set up by Lucilla. Back to Futasilla, though, probably going to have to avoid this Pendulum Axe once again, and that's going to cost him quite some time into the play. Of course, try to entry with the Sui instead. It's great to see her in action, and I'm really curious to see how can her Revelations can help the setups for Lucilla.
Yeah, it's set up really good for Glacier Sharp. You have to be inside, similar to Shorekeeper. And right now, it's on the deflection duty, Hiyuki. Against in Futasilla case, now Instinct has to be the one on the dodge as well. Really low HP, still managed to stay alive and dodge it, but has to dodge this one too. Yes, sir, he'll be able to do that very, very fine. Meanwhile, Futasilla on the rotation of Hiyuki and Lucilla earlier. Outside the zone, not as much damage is gonna be done, but I think he still gets the buff as he steps inside. Now going outside, oh, just got hit a bit, and Hiyuki falls for the Scylla. He shook his head, flinched back a little bit.
Actually, yeah, of course, that's not looking very likely for him to top that clear time in the first attempt for Futasilla from Thailand. Back to Instinct, though, I think he really wants to catch up and try to make better use of the 2 minutes and 7 clear time in the first attempt. But right now, Wireless of Glory is not going to make that as easy. Currently, with Chisa, punch attack coming in for the ground AoE, switching into Lucilla once again for the Liberation. And of course, it's going to dealing quite a lot of damage here. Hyuki is still standing, so she's going to be one of the main sources to proc in the DOT shaft, of course, with the EI, and then also to go for the DOT burst.
Futasilla already failed his second attempt, so that is no bueno. Meanwhile, Instinct almost closing in to finish the second attempt if the Liberation chain is going well, which will be because this is Hiyuki after all. How much time
That's
is he
way better
gonna
than the
make?
first run, I believe.
1 minute 47 seconds. It is better than the first run.
Exactly. All right, then. So 1 minute 47 seconds will be locked in for Instinct from Indonesia. Meanwhile, for Futasilla, his first run, I'm not sure if I remember correctly how long it was.
It was some similar to that range, 1 minute 40
44,
seconds.
44-ish, yeah, I think, yeah. So, but yeah, it's going to be the run that get locked into his leaderboard, and I think he's still doing well so far.
Yeah, he's still doing well so far. He failed the second attempt, but he did manage to finish his first attempt, so he will not be getting the full 5 minutes had he failed both of his challenge. Next would be a bit of a challenge, you can say.
Oh.
Kelkai.
Yeah, it's going to be Kelpie instead, or maybe Kelpie, if you like to make him cute. But of course, we're heading into the first attempt against Kelpie by both Instinct and also Futasilla.
Interestingly, Futasilla stick with Soy Soy here. It's going to be the fusion with Sui Sui as healer-ish and the stack-ish, because this composition is a fusion burst, and Sui Sui Liberation and the stack helping actually helps with fusion burst as well. It works with all the attributes except the Havoc that doesn't do directly. It helps in other ways.
Interesting point you brought up there, Mr. Loyal, because right now we're seeing Amy being the main damage dealers by both Instinct and Futasilla, but the two supports is going to be the different makers, and I'm really looking forward to see this matchup instead, to see who can actually help push Amy to the finish line. Instinct once again with the Liberation, already finishing on, that's a lot of damage. Stagger Cage also being procced, so that's going to be another chance for a conversion by him for Futasilla, though.
It's
currently
neck.
still trying to go for the quick swap instead. Sui being quite on ground for a bit there. You have to watch out because
no, that's
Amy
Amy.
has fallen in the first attempt for Futasilla. This is not looking good at all.
Yeah, this is really, really tough so far for Futasilla. With Amy gone, the Nia still by herself can deal some damage in her breakdown form. but it's going to be a lot more tough. Sui Sui is a sustain option, so it's not a forfeit right just yet. Liberation to switch to the breakdown form. Meanwhile, look at Instinct. He is having a freeze.
Exactly. Instinct probably going to go for the finish here. Straight up with Amy currently about to go for another Liberation Cycles instead. But Futazilla has to make the most out of the Nia and then as well as Sui Sui. I'm really looking forward to see what would a duo actually do right now. So of course, Instinct would finishing this one instead with 59 seconds. All eyes on Futazilla now on his first attempt against Kelpie.
I think at this moment he just think, okay, I'm just gonna have the first run first, just have a run register just in case I fail the second round so I don't get hit with the 5 minutes. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be probably 2 minutes-ish if it went well or went bad. It depends really for the Silla. Also the Sui Sui, the Nia with the Liberation, switch to a breakdown form. Here's a chance for her to use another moveset. Trying to end it with the Liberation. He has a chance though. Right now, just keep dancing, just keep dealing damage.
And the Nia
waiting.
fall as well.
Oh no! This is what happened when you face Hellfire.
I mean, yeah, definitely. And I think that right now Instinct probably gonna forfeit this run. I'm seeing him just adjusted his mark stat away. So there we have it. First attempts against Kelpie for Futazilla is gonna end in failure. He still got the second attempt, but if he cannot actually finishing this time around, 5 minutes of penalty will be added to his accumulated time.
Yes, he's gotta. If you fail both challenge, both times, then you would be given 5 minutes time instead of the time that you actually got. And 5 minutes is huge in a very competitive group such as Group B. Futazilla and Instinct stick with their same compositions. Futazilla again still with the Sui Sui to help enhance the fusion, but let's see if it works this time.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Instinct, of course, trying to top that 59 seconds. I don't think it's going to be the easiest job in the world, but who knows? Maybe there's something he can improve upon the first attempts instead. But for Futazilla, this run is going to be very crucial, and I think having all three resonators to remain at the HP level intact would be his main objective.
Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Futazilla and Instinct close so far, but Instinct, this is going to deal a lot of damage to Heaven Fall Idic, the second Liberation after the enhanced one. Here we go. Futazilla also deals a lot of damage. Both of them are neck and neck. Again, I'm going to say that a lot this game because look at how both of this competitor has been dancing in the stacker cage on both of them. Instinct has 3 seconds lead. Lene with the Prismatic Overdrive is going to deal a lot of damage. Futazilla coming in as well with the Liberation. Switch to a breakdown form. Trying to squeeze out as much damage as possible. Liberation, the second one comes in time. Futazilla, Instinct close to each other. Sui Sui, not yet. It's still Amy trying to switch form back and forth. Instinct again. Here comes the Liberation. And Futazilla as well at the same time.
That's going to cost him quite some time, so with Kelpie moveset, but right now we can looking forward to the both side completion here. Instinct, of course, try to top down at 59 seconds. I think that's going to be likely the case. Meanwhile, for Futazilla, with this blast here, he would finish on to Kelpie with a clear time of 55 seconds. That's actually going to top Instinct from Indonesia run.
But is this faster?
Nope.
No, it's not. 1 minute and 2 seconds. Futazilla, 55 seconds. That is insane. Instinct, glad he's still satisfied with his time the first time. It's still a really good run against Kelpie.
Exactly. All right. I mean, lovely display by both sides here, definitely. And I think that Kelpie is going to be one of the main reasons is why the standings in the leaderboards can be changes and shifted.
Yes.
We have to watch out for the remaining boss in the set list, though, because right now it seems like this Group B will be stacked, and the competition with the accumulated run times for the best result will be close.
Indeed, indeed. Futazilla. Right now, momentum seems to be on his side. Reactor Huss would be next.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, impressively enough, both sides, I mean, for Group B, as we just started, there's still no 5-minute penalties being added on for anyone. Yeah, everyone just know how exactly to just make the most out of it and also to complete the run. Of course, the time would vary. There's a lot coming into factors when it comes to that. But yeah, of course, it's way better than get 5 minutes straight up added to your entire runtime.
Indeed. Now Ishtik, Futazilla at the Reactor Hush right now. Futazilla goes with the Hiyuki, the Mono Glacial combo, and Ishtik going with the Hiyuki. Yeah, it's going to be the Glacial Shaft competition again with Shisa instead.
Right, let's head into the first attempt against Reactor Husk. And it seems like it's going to be once more time that we see Yuki being used straight away, and this is going to be another matchup where we get to see a potential versus potential in Chisa as well as 3-3. It seems like currently Instinct got quite a lot of leads here, and of course Radioactive Hux being frozen.
Catching up.
Exactly, that's going to be quite useful for him as well to enable the combo string.
Yeah, Instinct with the second phase of the Liberation, 300,000 damage. Futasilla following close behind. How much damage is that going to be? 300 as well. This is going to be close.
I mean, yeah, of course. And I see Sui in the mix-up right now. He managed to do the rotation quite well for Futasilla. For Instinct, I think that right now he's also having to avoid all the ground AoE first, but gonna go straight into the retaliation from the Liberation by Lucilla, and that's gonna dish in quite a lot of damage. But right now, both side HP, the run rate against Reactor Hux are quite close. Instinct, currently the Hux is gonna go for the lava projectiles as well as Lucilla. I think one of them got caught in. You have to watch out for Hyuki as well.
Not yet.
Have to switch in instead. It's going to be Lucilla, right, who currently HP is not doing so well right now. Meanwhile, for Instinct, I believe he has just lost Yuki as well. So suddenly this one seemed quite difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. Reactor Hux is pretty low on the Instinct side. Meanwhile, Futasilla will finish his Reactor Hux run. The first run in 52 seconds. The time is absurd in this competition. And she's a fall as well.
No, jeez.
Reactor Hux, and now it's going to be Lucilla left. There is
Trying to reiterate this once again, these two, Instinct from Indonesia and Futasilla from Thailand, are not going toe-to-toe. It's not a first to three series like the qualifiers. Instead, both sides only have themselves to focus on to make sure that they can deliver the best result and make sure that they can finish in the top 4 of Group B leaderboard.
Yes, they just need to finish at the top 4. They just need to make the fastest time possible. And the first rule is that you cannot have a 5-minute penalty because it really hinders you, especially in this group where everyone is so fierce so far. The performance of everyone has been on top notch. 1 minute. It seems like these type of bosses are the ones they eat for breakfast.
Exactly. Okay, back to Instinct though. I think he can manage to interrupt it. Reactor Hux right now. So here comes a moment of conversion for him. Yuki is still trying to go for the slice and dive, stacking in all the Glacier Shaft here. I think that's around 4 or 5 stack at the very least. And of course, another damage coming right in as well for the charge. And then into Liberation. He's quite ahead of Futasilla as we speak. But pardon me. I'm not familiar with that damage by Hyuki for Futasilla. He could potentially looking to top the 52 seconds in the first attempt.
Yes, the stack. You can add more with Sui. Similar to Chisa, if I remember correctly. Yes, and Futasilla still coming in. Sui with the Liberation coming up. And now is the time for more and more damage. Hyuki, all of the 3 Resonator still alive for both of the competitors. Now just trying to stagger the Reactor Hux as much as possible. Here we go, Futasilla trying to close the gap. It's going to be dangerous. Switch to Yuki just in time, similar to last time. Instinct is going to close this one first.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
That moveset.
Again.
That's going to cost him quite a lot of time for Instinct, though. Okay, go for the slash here. Still going to dodge the first one for Futasilla. Already closing down to Reactor Hux once again with a clear time of 50 seconds. And that's 2 seconds better than the first attempt. And that really one got locked in for Instinct. This is so unfortunate. Look at the rest of the HP remaining. And Lucilla would have to do the due diligence and finishing off Reactor Hux as well. I believe at the timing quite better. 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, the timing, at least he gets the finish. It's just unfortunate 2 times he goes for the kill, just 1 more slash on Hyuki, and he falls just right at that moment, and it wastes at least 10 seconds away from his clock. It could be the 10-second margins for others.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You have to also watch out for the entire timing as well. It's quite understandable. It's very unfortunate. But whenever the boss enter the movesets where you have to basically deal with them instead of just allowing you to dish in a meager amount of the damage just to finishing the run here, yeah, definitely there's going to be something to look out for. We see a lot of Thai players seem to get a shot in the sticks when it comes to the timing and everything. But currently, it's going to be Instinct who have to take this one. The timing is still, I would say, commendable. 1 minute and 10 seconds. But all will have to be determined on our last boss upcoming here in the series, which is going to be Fleur de Lis.
Fleur de Lis with with the arrow resist. So no one is arrow here. Futasilla is gonna switch off Sui. It's gonna be Lene Monnier aiming it with the wheelchair. Ishtik probably going with the same comp. Yes, it's the same composition as the Amy hyper carry with the wheelchair support of Lene and Monnier. Futasilla, Lene has the skin, so I will let you guys be the judge.
Yeah, okay, yeah. With that being said, I think the stagger gauge from Instinct is currently doing quite well, so you have to watch out for Futasilla as well, as right now both sides should go for the same timing for Amy's liberation instead, but Instinct seems to get a bit of upper hands here, of course. But the damage, it seems like it would be him who actually managed to catch up on quite early for Futasilla. Instinct have to make making sure that he's gonna pick up the pace instead with the liberation quite on the matching here, and stagger gauge once again can be Instinct edges to actually take this round.
It is actually neck and neck at the same identical amount of damage as well. So look at both of these guys. They're just going move for move. They just, I want to say it's a very optimal rotation. You cannot say that they copy each other. It's optimal rotation. They executed flawlessly so far.
Exactly. All right, into another liberation. Once again, Instinct is going to be a bit ahead. But currently, when it comes to HP, Futasilla just closing the gap in real quick. So it's all going to depend on if whether Amy can actually dish in this liberation before the stacker gauge being depleted. Yes, it does. And once again, it will be another chance of conversion as Rune Break being triggered in as well. Then another source of damage by Futasilla from Thailand. Back to Instinct though, because currently Amy is not stopping at any time soon.
Yes, and here comes Heavenfall Edict for 600,000 damage. Instinct, how about you? 500,000 damage. Both of them challenge complete. Futasilla 47 seconds. Instinct 53.
Ooh, all right.
Wow.
Once again, a sub-minute completion. I think Instinct really want to fire himself up because right now, he probably going to push for the best time possible.
So far, so good for both of them. Futasilla right now is having a momentum. Ever since he started picking Sui, I think he's just been on a roll. Oh, and hi guys.
Okay.
You guys see our handsome face, me and Facepalm. But as I'm about to say, because ever since Futasilla picked up Sui, it seems like momentum is on his side.
Actually, yes. Okay, so we head into a second attempt against Fleur de Lis instead. So let's go with the Instinct first. Try to go with the closing mechanics in by Lene. Once again, try to get as close as possible and try to make sure that you can actually interrupt Fleur de Lis as well. Back to Futasilla though, because I think he's going to try to top that 47 seconds from the first attempt as well.
Yeah, and right now, again, both of them going move for move. The rotation has been flawless right now. And Futasilla, as well as Ishtik, both of them matching move for move. I cannot say anything else right now.
Yeah.
But here comes the liberation, 500,000 damage. Instinct, how much?
I think it's about the rotations, okay?
Yes.
And it's quite a lot as well. But I think the timing right now is very close. It's going to depend on, like right after the rotations here, it's going identical so far. So I think right now another partner can come into play as well. It's going to be after Fleur de Lis potentially recovered after the stacker gauge is being kind of like regained. So of course it's going to depend on Lene as well for another liberation once more. Meanwhile, Instinct, I'm seeing a bit of an option being pondered here. Just go for the punching attack instead. Back into Amy, though. Quick swap back into Lene, try to reposition herself. And then Amy in with the intro. Here's another chance for liberation and a lot of damage.
Yeah, liberation, and now if it changed correctly, could be leading into another enhanced liberation that could end it all so far. Futasilla gets switching form back and forth as well as Ishtik as well. Futasilla will use the Heavenfall Edict. This should end with bar any dire circumstance. 600,000 damage will end it for Futasilla. Ishtik 400,000 damage.
Ooh.
Also ended for him. Futasilla 49 seconds. Ishtik going to be 57 seconds. Similar pace to last time.
Exactly. All right, there we have it. The entire 5 bosses have been completed on both sides by both Instinct from Indonesia as well as Futasilla from Thailand. And yes, this is it. Live from SE Sports Studio, Samyan Midtown. These competitors, once more, all right, we're talking about all the speed ones, right? You trying to complete it in your home, in your bedroom, that's probably going to be way less stressful when you do it with hundreds of live audience staring at your soul.
Yeah, we have about 100 at least of audience just watching the competition, 100 more watching from outside of the studio, people walking around in Samyan Midtown in Bangkok, Thailand, and like Facepalm just said, the pressure is immense here. One more showcase is left. It's gonna be Samias from Indonesia and MCW from Thailand. We are gonna see how both of them are gonna do. This Group B so far is very tight, and we see what happens right after this.
In the Fortress and Gorges War, we lost everything we had built. And yet, in the hearts of the people, it remained home. What is broken, we fix. What is destroyed, we rebuild. Even if the tragedy repeats time and again. Together. We will always make the same choice.
Then, from the past, we walk toward tomorrow.
In the Fortress and Gorges War, we lost everything we had built. And yet, in the hearts of the people, it remained home. What is broken, we fix. What is destroyed, we rebuild. Even if the tragedy repeats time and again. Together. We will always make the same choice.
Then,
Hit on. Like, look at this.
Right side of dark.
tomorrow.
Blinding.
One more. Breakable.
55 Reina.
No, this shit's too funny. Oh my god.
right. After the entire group stages in Group A as well as Group B here at Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive 2026 Grand Finals, we have come down to the last showcase in Group B, Mr. Loyal.
Yes, and we are on the last showcase, the last two competitors who try to edge their ways into the top 4. Can they squeeze in the very competitive, very tight Group B? It's going to be Samyas from Indonesia and MCW from Thailand, both of them aiming to make their best time.
Exactly. This is going to be the last match of the day right now. As we already mentioned, this is not a head-to-head. Both competitors is not competing against one another to see who proceed on to the next round.
Yes.
All right, it's all about their own personal records. Who can finishing the 5 bosses that has been randomized using the 7 resonators that they picked by themselves without the regardless of the draft and ban phase here. And we're gonna head into straight away this time around.
Another Sui Sui from MCW
Whoa!
here.
All right, Sui
Here we
Sui
go.
for the second time in a row, and once again by the Thai players. This time it's going to be MCW who actually finished in the upper brackets and actually secured the first ticket of Thailand qualifiers to be representing Thailand in the Holographic Overdrive Grand Finals. Meanwhile, Sanmias from Indonesia as well is going to be another competition to look out for. Of course, we're going to see the at this point the 4 horsewomen, right? Hiyuki, Amy, Lene, Monet being picked straight up, always by default. And then the 3 variation here, interestingly, is going to be Sigrika and Sui Sui by MCW, and then also Chisa and Denia by Sanmias.
The thing is, the Nia is a bit more of a safe option to play with Amy, as you can see with Fudasilla earlier. With Amy at the Nia and Sui Sui, it's a really solid composition because 3 of them has a really good synergy. Sui Sui again with the fusion burst. Exactly. But right now, let's just stop all the shattering. Here goes the start with the Sentry construct, and both of them are going with the mirror. It's gonna be the Amy plus Lene Monnier, the Toon Rupture composition.
Exactly. Let's see how this one turns out, because I'm seeing an entirely mirror team combat once again. Interestingly, the way in which these resonators are being ordered are quite interesting. But just talk about ordered. One of them would be lost by Sanmias because his ABs have just fallen here. This is not looking good at all, with only Lene and Monnier still exist with only more than half of HP for Sentry Construct for him to run through.
Meanwhile, MCW, the damage is on point so far. He's been cooking and cooking. Meanwhile, Samia has to fight back in this disadvantaged position because without Amiet, the damage would be significantly less.
Exactly. Ooh, what a damage that was by the Toon Break. Is that Toon Rupture? MCW about to go for the finish. Try to go for a bit of dodge here and got dash.
Oh
and
no!
His Amy would also fail, but his HP is currently in the lead. I can still expect Lene and Monnier to finishing this one off. MCW, that's the reason why he is in the upper final.
Toon Break should end it.
Exactly, and Toon Break would finishing off Sentry Construct in the first ever attempt. MCW with a clear time of 46 seconds. I still believe he could have gone for way faster.
Yeah, this is even without Amy in the closing stage of the boss fighting. Sub 1 minute. Samyas would not have that luxury, however, but he still would love to finish this off. Toon Break gauge is almost complete with the Toon Break. This could be way more easier for him to finish it off. Yes, Lene and Monnier by themselves, if both of them are still alive at the same time, you can still use Toon Break to end this up.
Exactly. All
Not
right. Oh,
dead
no
yet,
way.
though.
It's still not yet, though. Still go for a bit of a poke damage, but still could not finish.
Oh, Samia. He's trying to readjust a little bit, focusing up again, flying up in the sky, has to dodge. You can't reach Sentry Construct as of this very moment. And now you gotta dodge that perfectly. Yes, sir. And that's it. But Samia shook his head. That's gonna waste a lot of time.
Exactly. 1 minute and 38 seconds in the first attempt against Sentry Construct. I think both sides would love to just head into the second attempt straight away to just marks up and, of course, trying to improve on their timing instead.
Yes. It's all about the timing as of this very moment. Now, both of them could improve on the timing because Amy falls a bit too fast for both of them.
I mean, I agree with you on that, but Definitely for MCW, I think that he got a chance to make it sub 40 seconds. I think that he can aim for 30 with the current run rate that he managed to pull off in the first attempt. But of course, currently it's going to be, all depends on the second attempt here. With Lene entering with the intro first, it's going to be the same rotation as Samia is going for liberation straight away and try to extend the combo by closing it on distance with Lene once more punching in from the airborne attack. That's nicely done by Samia from Indonesia. For MCW still going for the tune break in order to proc that tune ruptures and also create another source of damage.
Indeed, and Samiya's on half HP now for Sentry Construct with the staggered as well. MCW doesn't have the stagger but also at the half HP. Now switching to Max for the Amiet, and now with the heavily edit, this should deal at least 500,000 damage. This is neck and neck, both of them. Oh, got frozen for a little bit. MCW, that's gonna waste a bit of a time.
Yeah.
That sliver of second, that could be useful. Here we go, MCW with the prismatic overdrive. This true break should end it. It's gonna be very close.
What time would that be for MCW? I'm thinking 33 seconds and 34 seconds. Samiyas, what a play that was by both sides, and what an improvement to that runtime.
Wow, both of them has a significant improvement on their runtime, 33 and 34 seconds respectively. I don't think MCW even believe that he can do that.
Oh my days. 33 seconds, that could be the fastest time against Sentry Construct so far.
Yeah, it is. Sentry Construct. These two have been having an excellent run with Amiet. But next is Lannis of Glory with the Fusion Resist down. This is going to be tough.
Oh, right. I think that Samiyas would be very grateful with the second attempt against Sentry Construct, considering just how well he could have done when everything falls into his favor. And I think he begins to pick up the pace as well as they're going to head into a second boss straight away. It's going to be Lioness of Glory.
MCW with the Mono Glacial. Meanwhile, Samia similarly is going to be the Glacial Shape with Chisa instead of Suizui. MCW is going to play with the new and the, how do you say, is it flashy? Yes,
a bit.
The Liberation is flashy for Suizui. Samia is going to be more reliable with Chisa. Similar playstyle. Let's see how it goes.
Of course, let's go for MCW first. So we're going to flash right in the QQ. Once more slice and dice. It's going to be another showcase between Chisa and Suizui as the main difference maker and the main factors in how these two can actually proc the Glacier Shaft. And seeing something from Hyuki straight away, going for the charging in and Liberation almost at the exact same time. This is what I'm talking about when we talk about the optimal rotation.
Yeah, and with 300,000 damage for both of them as well, the damage is neck and neck. Just need to be careful on the offense now if Lannis of Glory decided to go for it. Samia has to go for the waiting for the Pendulum X, trying to squeeze as much damage as possible. MCW is starting off with the Liberation first, trying to sustain themselves.
Exactly. I think right now Samia is currently getting the lead though. So let's see how this one will play out because Suizui currently try to go for the setup for Drusilla as well by MCW here. But Linus of Glory chooses to dash instead, and this is going to be another Axe Pendulum here that would cost him the time. Meanwhile for Samia, so still going strong, it's going to be the Spear instead, which is a different moveset in total. So go for the ground AoE. The second one's coming right out. Just go for the perfect dodge. And then straight up with the intro by Hyuki. Nicely down to closing in on the distance once again. And Samia is looking forward to finishing off Linus of Glory. The finish line is inside for the Indonesian.
Yeah, for MCW though, the damage is not to be trifled with. Hyuki with the Liberation, and if finish the cycle, both of them, actually Samia would finish this after this cycle, no matter how much damage this one do. It's gonna be 100k. That is enough. Meanwhile, MCW has to wait for this one more change, the Tomb Break and the Liberation cycle. Here we go with the Liberation max level 100,000 damage. Not gonna end actually. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely.
MCW.
Definitely. Into MCW right now, it's going to be Suizui once again for the setups, and of course with the punch attack by Hyuki. Once again, you have to watch out for the moveset. That's going to be quite dangerous, but I think Lucilla ultimate can be the end of Linus of Glory.
There's a Liberation for Lucilla would finish this run off for MCW. 1 minute and 31 seconds. How much time does Sanmia has again?
I mean, way earlier, I would reckon, but of course, it's got to be somewhere for him, to actually trying to closing in on the distance, especially with all the run time here. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds in the first attempt. So, yeah, currently around 20 seconds-ish behind by MCW. Of course, it's not about him sorry, it's not about Samia's runtime. He's not trying to go toe-to-toe to keep the score or the tally, but it's all about their own personal records in our leaderboard of Group B here, which is getting way more and more stacked.
Yeah, this is very, very tight. It's the trendsetter, you know, Raging Set and Talong TCL start off pretty well. Instinct Priscilla also having a strong performance so far. So at the end, it's about Samia and MCW. Can they find a way to knock the previous 4 down?
Exactly, and I think right now MCW seems to have a bit of a lead here, but a Toon Break has just been triggered from Samias as well. He's trying to go for the dashing in first, but still have to also watch out for the moveset by Linus of Glory. MCW proccing another Toon Break straight away, but that's not going to interrupt the Linus of Glory at any time soon. Go for another Liberations. Meanwhile, Samia just finishing his Liberation rotations from Hyuki, dealing around 200k of damage.
Yes, MCW now is on his way for the rotation. Lucilla with the Liberation before trying to find a way. If you got the snapshot and switch perfectly to Hyuki, but right now, unfortunately, Linus of Glory is flying in the air, so it's gonna be a little bit tough to reach them. Switch back to Sui Sui, trying to restart the cycle here. Has the Liberation or is still there to seize the suspense. Meanwhile, have to be on the dodge again. MCW. His luck is on the top side so far.
Exactly, yeah. He's getting a shot into the sticks when it comes to the moveset by Linus of Glory, many of which are uninterruptible, and you can do nothing but letting the time run out for your entire run times here. But of course, currently, Samia retaliates straight away with the Liberation coming in from Yuki as well. I'm not sure how many of that actually land onto Linus of Glory. Maybe none for MCW though. This time he's trying to make sure more certain that this Liberation would actually land it onto Linus of Glory. And this spear is coming right in as well. A lot of Glacial Sharp already being detonated, so you have to watch out for another option for him to build up that 4 gauge. The swirling coming in here, and also the ground AoE plunging in. Samia trying to go for another Liberation and another chance to stagger Linus of Glory.
Yeah, here we go. MCW is gonna max out, trying to use the second phase of the Liberation. It's gonna be 200,000 damage. As I see so far, Samia should have the lead on the HP. When my MCW could try to stack up the stack, similar game plan to what Samia has been doing, and now it's trying to change the Liberation together.
No!
What happened, face off?
Samia just lost Lucilla instead, and right now this run is looking very grim for him. Of course, he already got the result from the first time, but he would want to make up for it. But actually at the same time, MCW also lost Lucilla,
yes.
but of course it's going to be Hyuki try to go for the burst toe-to-toe instead, and this time around it's going to be another proc in for the Glacial Shaft here as well. MCW try to pick up the pace. Samia would cross the finish line first, but all is determined on the clear time. 1 minute and 49 seconds, which is, I believe, way after the first attempt.
Oh.
Meanwhile, for MCW, the exact same thing can be said, and he would have to register the result.
In a group that was very tight, seems like Linus of Glory is the kryptonite. It's the bane of the existence.
For some reason.
For a lot of our competitors.
Yeah.
It could be how this team is structured in the first place as well. When Linus of Glory go up in the air, it's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, definitely. And once again, live from AS Esports Studio 3 Yan Midtown. You guys see that middle, the golden thing in the middle of the stage is there, right? As we mentioned already, it's not a World Cup trophy. It is not popcorn buckets. It is not your door stopper. It is the Golden Phoebe trophy for the champions of Southeast Asia Holographic Overdrive.
Indeed, indeed. And it would be epic if we see the trophy lifting, which will happen tomorrow with draft backing tomorrow as well. We will move on to Kelpie, the third boss on our list. Samia will go with Emiya, Dania, and Shisa. This will be the Fusion Burst composition. Meanwhile, MCW going with the Emiya with the Tomb Rupture composition.
I mean,
instead.
he did well. He did well in the first boss. I have
Yes.
to give him that. So let's head straight into the competition. Samias once again try to go first with another sequences of intros and outros from Amy for this mix-up here. Of course, going to chain into Liberation straight away for MCW though. The rotation just finalized with around 400k of damages. Stagger Gate about to be procced here, and of course, he tried to chase him down onto KLP once again.
Samia though, I think he lost Amiet, so that is the main damage dealer gone. Meanwhile, MCW is still going strong. Lene coming in with the Mortar Cycle, and with Prismatic Overdrive, this will be the start of something Very epic.
He also lost Jisa though for Samia's side, and this is looking very grim. Only the near remains in our runs here, and I think that it's looking very unlikely for Samia's. I believe he's still going to go the full distance though, but the chance of closing down on this first attempt is very less likely.
Yeah, switching off to the breakdown mode with the Liberation. Now it's time to unleash a lot of damage before trying to end things with the finale here. Here we go, another Liberation. Meanwhile, MCW finished his time with only 47 seconds.
That's very brilliant performances by the Thais. For Samias, currently with only the near remains, still at full HP though, but the moment I say that, she got clipped once and now it's halved. So go ahead with the near once again. I mean, can we actually still expect? We can still expect the completion. Not going to be the case. All three of Kelpai's clones just chose to bully our little girl, Denia, and of course, Samias would lost the first attempt against Kelpie.
Yes, and it's unfortunate here when you lose Amy a bit too fast like that for Samia. But another second attempt. As long as Samia finish here, he should be on the front foot in qualifying.
Also, yeah, definitely. We are going to head into the third attempt. Sorry,
second
attempt on the third boss straight away with Kelpie. And of course, I think that this is probably going to be the best in-slot team comms for MCW heading into this attempts here. We already see Amy manage to closing down on Sentry Construct and the first boss in quite a relatively easy manner here. All right, Samia is going to be the first to kickstart this one, starting right off with a Momentum Nihility by Jisa. Quick swap right into the Nia from Amy, and of course the Liberation for the setups.
Yes, and MCW as well. Also coming in, the rotation is still on point with the name Prismatic Overdrive. The Liberation to start things off, trying to gap close. Switch, no, doesn't switch yet. Now switch to Amiet, and it's time for Amiet to stay on the field and do as much damage as possible. The Liberation from both Amiet actually against Kelpai is going to do a lot of damage. And here comes the switch form as well. The Resident skill. Oh no, oh no, oh no, Samia! Samia!
No way! He lost Amy as well on the second attempt, and now the Nia. No way, this is disastrous for Samias, of course. I'm trying to go for this third one. Maybe only Jisa being remain. It's going to be potential girl solo. MCW, of course, going to currently thriving as well. Choose to go trying to top that 47 seconds from his first attempt. But this is looking very grim for Samias.
Yeah, MCW just head forward, fast forward, just going as fast as possible. Samia, it went so well until it wasn't. Jisa by herself. Look at the damage that Jisa do. Not that much. And now Kelpai is on the second phase. Now with 2 Kelpai, 3 Kelpai.
Exactly. Oh, Jisa only one remain. I mean, of course, it's quite impressive dodge mechanics here by Samia so far. But of course, MCW already finishing the run with the better timing. Exactly. So it's going to be 46 seconds being locked into his leaderboard instead for Samias. We have to also watch out for that as well. I think that this is looking very grim for Samias. Losing this attempt would cost him 5 minutes being added to the entire tally.
And in Group B, where every second matters, 5 minutes could spell the fate of Samia, and he will fall here. Unfortunate from Samia, it's just a little bit of margins. When you lose the momentum on Amiet, he falls, and the rest just falls down like dominoes as well.
Oh, yeah, this is very costly for Samias. He's doing so well for the first 2 bosses. He's even getting the upper hands in terms of the timing comparing to many in Group B as well. But right now, oh my days, 5 minutes. That can be easily neutralized all of his hard work, and he have to start with the blank slate, of course, trying to pull off a masterclass against the remaining 2 bosses, being Reactor Husk and Fleur-de-Lis.
The way that I think that Samia could somehow win this or advance to the top 4 is he manage to go sub 1 on the remaining boss.
I mean, that's possible.
It's going to be tough though.
Yeah,
5 minutes is a long time.
Because what? Because the quotas for the resonators has also been used up. I think that right now he's trying to switching it in between, but I'm not sure yet whether he's going to have the best in slot to meet up with Dragon of Dirge. He's very disappointed. His visibly can be seen. MCW are the first from Thailand qualifiers who get the tickets here. Of course, it's going to be as determined and locked in as ever as we're now heading into our 4th boss, being Reactor Husk.
And both of them are going to go with somewhat mirror composition. Again, it's going to be the Glacial Shaft. For MCW, it's going to be Sui Sui. Samia is going to be Chisa. the different again. We seen in the last showcase for the Scylla in pick, where Sui and Shisa could do each other's role.
Exactly. All right. I believe that another stacker coming in from MCW after this parry, pardon me. So it's going to be another chance to dishing in onto this liberation. The stacker gauge currently on the lead, as well as SP currently, no, actually not. Samias is going to get this lead with the Toon Break being triggered straight away and trying to extend the combos back to MCW though, because this dash here by Yuki can reposition himself in order to create a setup. Now Sui coming back into play once more.
Yes, and both of them go with the Liberation. 300,000 damage from Samia and 300,000 damage from MCW as well. Things are going neck to neck, both of them unleashing a lot of damage, but just need to make sure that Reactor Husk doesn't have a chance to unleash their own offense. MCW, Sui with Liberation earlier, Lucilla with the liberation of her own.
Exactly. Of course, Samia is going to be right behind when it comes to the rotation, but I believe that the result and the run rate are very close. Right now, it's going to be the lava projectile by both sides here, and MCW would go straight. He's quite close quarter though. That's going to be some high risk, high reward stuff. Going in with Yuki, liberation straight away, and no way, Samia just lost Lucilla as well. This is not looking good at all. I still think it's possible for him to finishing this run, but only Yuki. Oh my god, the caster curse. Hyuki is down by Samia as well. MCW gonna go for the finish with the flying colors as Samia failed his first attempt against Reactor Husk.
I don't know if it's starting to get into him, but Samia, he has a very good potential so far, but with Lucilla gone, things are looking sour. Meanwhile, MCW celebrate. He's happy with his time against Reactor Husk, but he needs one more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 57 seconds is a very commendable finish time, but I think MCW, probably being one of the Thailand's most promising Wuwa speedrunners, he's probably going to want to improve on that timing by himself as well. For Samias, right now it's looking very grim. In this next attempt, which I believe in his capabilities, that with this team comp, he can finish Reactor Husk regardless of time.
Of course. Both of them can finish Reactor Husk. It's the matter of time now. Who can, how fast they can do, because they're not fighting against each other. Once again, a reminder that they are fighting against everyone else in Group B. Here we go. MCW and Samia, again, the same composition. They do not want to switch, mainly because the alternative of them is the fusion damage. That's
of course.
good.
Of course. Back though to MCW right now, I think that he's doing quite well when it comes to the stacker gauge, as well as that Toon Break being triggered straight up by Hyuki, and of course proccing in a lot of the Glacier Shaft ready to be detonated as well after this slice and dice mechanic coming into play, bursting in another glacial damage, charging in for the liberation straight away. Meanwhile, Samia is just dishing around 300k of damage onto Reactor Husk instead, and I think that he's looking very promising in this run.
Yeah, both of them looking promising. Reactor Husk on the stacker state. It's time for them to unleash the damage. Shisa with the liberation, Sui with the liberation. It's that support with the liberation for both of them. MCW now with Lucilla with the liberation, as well as Samia. The rotation is still on point. Yeah. Now it's time to switch back into the main DPS. Here we go.
I mean, yeah, the time is quite close though. Meanwhile, for MCW, it's all about trying to top that 57 seconds. For Samia, it's about registering the result of his own. Let's go for the entry by Hyuki's intro instead. Nicely done. MCW right now, he's not getting individual so far, but his Hyuki seems to already been down by MCW. And I think that MCW is looking very unlikely for him to finishing off this run. Samia is about to register his first attempt against Reactor Husk with the Hyuki liberation.
Yes, 100,000 damage should be enough. How much is it going to be? 59 seconds, so it's still solid. MCW though, without Hyuki, he's still very close to finish this. He should be able to bar any dire situation. Here comes a slash and dash, but not enough. Sui coming in for the finish. MCW.
Yeah. All right. 1 minute and 10 seconds. So it will be his first attempt result in the 57 seconds being registered instead. Meanwhile, for Samias, I believe that's going to be quite a huge relief. For instead of 5 minutes, it's actually going to be just 59 seconds.
Indeed. Now, we'll be moving on to further leagues.
Exactly. Oof. Okay.
Last boss of today.
Last boss of today, and it's going to be the last 2 attempts by the last 2 participants here in the Southeast Asia Grand Finals for Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive as well. Make sure to like, share, and also just basically being a word of mouth about these competitions, because I believe that many of you would love to have this competition being held as the national qualifiers for your respective countries, and also, who knows, maybe some regional. Way bigger than Southeast Asia.
Yeah, you teased that a little bit, maybe, Facepalm. But here we go on Frutalese. Now, it is the chance to go with Amiet, and both of them will go with Amiet. Both of them will go with Wheelchair. So it's all about the time.
Exactly. All right. This is a mirror team comp straight away. Straight up. Right with Linné as well. Okay, so it's going to be a very similar rotation idea I'm seeing right now. So it's going to depend on as well the moveset coming in. I believe Echo Skill by MCW has been deployed. Punching attacks coming in by Linné once more. Trying to go for the quick swap once again with the intro and outro by Linné and Amy into the send up for the Liberation setup.
Yeah, the Liberation coming in, and still this is now the combo string for Amy. A chance for her to dance and do as much damage as possible. Samia and MCW. Okay, MCW go with the Liberation here. The Heavenfall Edict, the second Liberation, the enhanced Liberation. They're going next and next so far. MCW, the white gauge is about to fall, about to be reached a staggered state for the lead. Meanwhile, Samia, similar situation.
Yeah, he's right behind, but for MCW, another chance of conversion is coming right up. Samia has to pick up the pace slightly, because right now with intro from Linné, there's going to be another set up by the shoot break as well. And nicely done by the Indonesian. Samia choose to go full straight up, and of course another charging attack for the entry by Linné into Prismatic Overdrive. MCW have to pick up the pace once again with the shoot break. Has yet to be triggered. It is now. Go for Amy with the Liberation, and another cycle would ensue.
There's another cycle ensue with a combo. You can see her switching back and forth between the human form and the mech form. Now it's the mech's turn coming in. The Liberation, if it hits well, it will be well. 600,000 damage will be it. 500,000 damage as well for Samia will complete. 2 seconds margin, 48 and 50 for MCW and Samia respectively.
Ooh, wow. I mean, that's probably one of the very first time that I see the rotation being like about to go frame by frame, right? And of course, it's going to be the unleash of the Liberation. And I think also a lot of the stagger gauge built up by MCW from Thailand is also quite in the lead against Samia as well. And that's the crucial point for the entire runtime here. 2 seconds, that's not too far. Both sides are still going brilliantly, and right now it's about time to top their own personal records.
Yes, sir. And now, started with Moye, now Linné for both of them, going match for match. Actually really close so far. MCW and Samia is still going strong on the Linné dance, waiting for the right time. MCW already switched to Amiet. Samia also switched at the same time, and look at the perfect sync there.
Ooh.
The Liberation, it is beautiful. This is also sync, very beautiful indeed.
Yeah.
Look at this absolute gameplay.
Just how synchronized both of these guys are, and that's also the case. When it was online, when it was the qualifiers, we see both sides just to begin to run at their own times, right? But right now we're seeing that at the offline venue at AIS Esports Studio Samyan Midtown in Bangkok, Thailand, they're going toe-to-toe with the same start time and the same cycles with the idea here as well. MCW is going to go for Monia's Liberation first. Meanwhile, Samia is probably trying to ditch in some basic hits before going for the Liberation. But that could have cost him a bit of a time here, because True Break about to be ready by both sides. MCW, the stagger gauge has yet to be depleted, but it's getting quite close though. So probably have to switch in with a quick swap by Amy once again, try to repositioning herself. And of course, to extend the combos against Frutalese.
Samia and MCW already used the Toon Break earlier, but now Samia is building it up for it to be used again pretty soon. MCW is slightly behind on the screen, but in timer, I'm not really sure. MCW, here we go with the Heavenfall Edit. The Enhanced Liberation coming in, 600,000 damage should be it. For meanwhile, Samia should end this with the Heavenfall Edict of his own, 500,000 damage. MCW 50 seconds. Samia's would be 57 seconds.
Ooh, I think that both actually do better on their first attempt though. So there we have it. Samias from Indonesia and MCW from Thailand wearing their hearts on the sleeves. I think that's the expression, but of course a bit of a sportsmanship here, as now over 12 of our participants from Southeast Asia has now convened and conclude the group stage of this Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive Grand Finals.
Yes, and right now we are tallying up the time. We would be knowing the time pretty soon. But Group B, face palm, Samia penalties. That's gonna hurt a lot. But for the rest of the players in that group, I'm not sure who's in and who's out.
Exactly, and yeah, as we already see here, right in front of AS Esports Studio 3 ย่าน Midtown, if you guys see to the screens right there, we have a look at that backdrop, and also the motorcycle replica. I'm not sure why they not let us see this masterpiece of works being at hand yet. This has been the case and has been the tradition since the Thailand tournament a couple of months back. We have the entire, I would say, it's not like a faculty of students actually build up the mock-up for the motorcycles in the Lahai Roy.
Wow, that is really insane. That insane work, and we can see it's not just in AS Esports Studio, but outside also having a sales. As if you are not here, if you're in Thailand and you want to join this event, you can still come and buy all the goodies here.
Yeah, exactly. See? Look at that though. Who wouldn't want to check in and also taking a bit of a Wuthering Waves merches here being sold in the event as well. Maybe some of you guys from Southeast Asia or maybe anywhere in the world see this and say, I need to be there. You probably book a book to Bangkok here tomorrow, which will still be in play.
We still have time.
Yeah, exactly. We still have the group stage, sorry, not group stage, the playoffs as well as the grand finals coming into play. Look at all these splash arts and also acrylic stands here. All the typical stuff. If you are a gacha game fans, if you are Wuthering Waves fans, I think this can be a heaven for you.
It is a heaven for a lot of people here already. But as I say, this group is very tight. And tomorrow, draft will come back, guys. So who loved the draft from the online qualifiers, you will get to see that tomorrow. There will be more strategy. There will be contesting. Draft will matters now for tomorrow.
Basically, it will be head-to-head once more, and the standings based on of each groups of the top 4 who qualified will also be very crucial. And I think we can expect to see a lot of match up. It's going to be single elimination. You win and you proceed on to the next round. You lose and you have to bow out of the competition. All of these competitors coming from all over the regions, from Southeast Asia as well, traveling all the way to Bangkok, Thailand. Even the Thai players are also from the different regions within the country as well. Nobody wants to go up empty-handed, especially when the Golden Phoebe has been standing in the middle of that stage, as we have just seen.
Yes, and about $2,000 for the winners.
I think
in the prize.
20.
Oh.
$20,000 in total prize pool for this grand final.
$10,000 prize pool.
Right, it is, right? Sorry, a big fact check here, of course. But yeah, definitely it is very huge. And I think that we can look forward to see more of a very staggering Wuthering Waves competition here. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in so far. We still owe you the leaderboards for Group B currently. So that will be coming right up here. First of all, just shout out to everyone who has been tuning into our stream so far. I'm seeing a bit of a watch party here as well, mostly for the Thai Wuwa creators, but there's also some as well. Maybe Kevin Rinaldi from Indonesia. If you guys may be around, yeah. If you guys are checking this one out, say hello, greetings from Bangkok, Thailand here as well. Hopefully having as much of a great time as I am, rooting for all the indoor players. There have been so many indoor players in this competition though, Mr. Lawyer.
There is a lot of indoor players in this competition. There is 5, I think, coming in. Yes, there is 5 Indonesian players advancing into the grand finals. And they have the most proportion of all the players coming today.
Exactly.
That is Thailand and Vietnam and Philippines as well. But like I said, everyone showed their hearts out. So all claps to every single one here today.
Exactly. Yeah, he already showed himself up in the chats, Kevin. So thank you once again.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, make sure to check out to tomorrow's grand finals event as well. I think that there's got to be a lot of representatives from all over the regions for you to root out for. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely we have to wait and see. Right here. But meanwhile, I believe that the leaderboard is going to be upcoming real soon, where we can see who will be the top 4 of Group B, this monstrous group, and get to proceed on to the playoffs, and who will be the unfortunate 2 participants who have to bounce out of competition. I believe that at this point, we probably have some sort of guessing by this time. I believe that someone has been keeping track of every single statistics and also clear time as well. So thank you very much, everyone in the group chat right now. So it's probably, I'm quite certain that it's going to be quite a staggering competition here, and of course so many aspects here that can develop Wuthering Waves into a competitive game.
It is a competitive. You've seen the online qualifiers already, the competitiveness of everyone. if you watch the Thailand qualifier, the one that I've cast with Facepalm last week, you can see that at the end it went down to the wire. And
It
you
was
see
bonkers.
It was bonkers. You see the strategy, the gamble. This is what competition should be about. I expect that tomorrow as well.
Exactly. How far could this have gone, right? It started from the local Thailand tournaments being officiated by Kuro into Southeast Asia competition and also grand final. Who knows where could be the next destination if this tournament succeed and we can set sail on this entirely tactical hologram speed run tournaments here. Maybe a lot of player pools would also having to come into play, the speed run communities for Wuthering Waves in your respective countries. Who knows? I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to try to give anyone's hopes. But do you think that maybe like having Bangkok host another Southeast Asia Grand Finals would be a bit too boring and repetitive? What if next time we actually change the destination? Let's say Jakarta, Manila, Kuala Lumpur, maybe Ho Chi Minh City. What if that's the case, right,
What if
guys?
that's the case?
Yeah, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also to support these tournaments in any way possible here if you love this and want to see the best of Wuthering Wave Speedrun, of course.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe World Tour, but that's in the future.
Okay, I believe that right now we are having the table coming right up, and the top four are as follow here. Raging Z from Indonesia, finishing in the first place, of course, being most of the bosses here finishing in the sub 1 minute here. His total time is 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Meanwhile, MCW from Thailand is not that far behind in the second place with a total run time of 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Falong GTL, oh my days, 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the third place, and Futasilla from Thailand with finishing through with a 5 minute and 2 seconds. Meanwhile, we also have to give a lot of commiseration and also a lot of props and respect to Instincts and Samias from Indonesia to miss out on the playoffs here. The margin, I suppose, is not really in their favor. 20 seconds for Instinct away from qualifying. That's quite disappointing. But of course, all the props for them, and I think that they have made the Indonesian representative proud.
Yeah, Instinct only 20 seconds. The margin is so small, and you can say that when he goes against Linus of
Your name Prophet.
and Erukidu from Thailand, third match versus Talong GTL from Vietnam, and the fourth match will be Raging Z versus French Nano from Thailand. We will have 3 Thailand versus Indonesia.
No, it's 4. All 4 competitors from Thailand actually qualify for the playoffs. MCW, Futasilla, Erukidu, and Fresh Nano.
Wow, and Talong GTL, sole representative from Vietnam, left in this tournament, will face off against Erukidu. Tomorrow would be bonkers. A reminder against Draft will be back tomorrow. Picks will be back tomorrow, so you will not see synchronized gameplay no more. It will be tests of wills.
Yeah, all right. Yes, there we have it. It's grand final. No double bracket. No
lower
double
bracket
eliminations. This is entirely single elimination. Do or die. Win and proceed. Lose or go home.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough one tomorrow. Definitely the one to look out for as we find out who would be the champions of Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive 2026 Southeast Asia champions.
Indeed. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 match tomorrow. 7 match tomorrow.
I can't wait.
I can't wait as well. And my hands are shaking from excitement, I would say.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So that's supposed it for today's group stage competition here. As we already mentioned, that will also be the playoffs, the real battles where we go head to head between all the competitors will begin tomorrow at right around the same time. So make sure that you like, share, and also to subscribe to the channel AS Play as well in order for you to get the notification whenever the live streams comes on.
Yes, tomorrow we'll be back with the competition. Today the competition is done. The group stage is over. The stage is set for playoffs tomorrow. This live will continue with the footage from live event in AIS Esports Studio in Samyang, Bangkok, Thailand. The language of the event that was coming will be in Thai. So sadly we will not be here and doing
Yeah,
the
you're
English
probably gonna have
commentary.
to just disappear out instead right now, right here. But yeah, there you have it. There will also be a cosplay contest and throughout the whole day event of Wuthering Waves here being held at AS Esports Studio live from Bangkok, Thailand as well. But unfortunately, all of the languages will be in Thai. You guys are more than welcome to stay around and also to check out the events. Meanwhile, for the broadcast here and also for the Holographic Overdrive competition, today will be it. Make sure to tune in for tomorrow for the playoff as well. I'm Facepalm, joined by Mr. Loyal as always, and we will see you tomorrow for Wuthering Waves Holographic Overdrive 2026 Grand Finals.
ความสวยงามแล้วก็ความประทับใจโดยรวมนะคะ แล้วก็จะมีการถ่ายทอดคาแรคเตอร์บวกกับการเดินแคทวอล์กแล้วก็การโพสเนี่ยอีก50คะแนนค่ะจะเป็นบุคลิกท่าทางการสื่อสารเอกลักษณ์ของตัวละครความมั่นใจในการเดินบนเวทีแล้วก็การใช้โพสพอยต์เนี่ยทั้ง3จุดด้วยผู้เข้าแข่งขันทุกท่านนะคะจะได้รับการพิจารณาคะแนนจากคณะกรรมการของเราทั้ง2ท่านนะคะก่อนที่จะนำคะแนนทั้งหมดมารวมหาผู้ชนะในวันนี้ค่ะและสำหรับผู้ที่จะร่วมตัดสินการแข่งขันในวันนี้นะคะคือคณะกรรมการผู้ทรงคุณวุฒิทั้ง2ท่านค่ะที่ตอนนี้พร้อมกับเราแล้วนะคะขอทุกท่านเนี่ยให้การต้อนรับด้วยท่านแรกนะคะคุณณัฐธรทวีมงคลสวัสดิ์หรือว่าคุณบูค่ะบรรณาธิการบริหารสำนักพิมพ์ปิโทโมค่ะขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับด้วยค่ะสวัสดีค่ะและคณะกรรมการท่านที่2นะคะสาวสวยของเรานี่เองค่ะคุณณั